you hear me? Can y'all niggas hear me? Can y'all niggas? Oh my bad. Oh, wait. Can y'all niggas hear me? Can y'all niggas hear me? Sorry that you was crazy. Can y'all niggas hear me? Actually, let me get some water too. Let me get some water. Actually, you know what? Let me get some liquid. Let me get some fucking liquid. We're gonna go straight into find the kid. Yeah, I think I might have just overloaded my fucking system, you know. That's why I need to get my I need to 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 I need a thing. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to finally do that thing that I always should not I didn't want to do. I'm gonna have to finally do it. I'm gonna have to just separate the two things. I'm gonna have to keep one computer for streaming, one computer for everything else. Because with the way that I open tabs and the way that I download, ooh, baby, I could overload, I could overload, I could overrun, I could overload a nuclear power plant, mate. With the way that I go on with electronics, with the way that I am with electronics, motherfucker, I could bring down the I don't know the mainframe of most fucking countries. You know, with the way that I go down, mate. I use a lot of power. I use a lot of power, bro. I consume a lot of data, a lot of RAM, a lot of RAM. I consume a lot of RAM. So, you know, I'm a random access memory muncher. So I got the RAM. I'm a RAM. I'm a RAM. So I have to make sure that I have things split up. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to be one of those lame ass people that has like a separate computer to fucking stream, you know, do my other stuff with, separate computer streaming just to keep it simple because I think I overloaded the system so badly that my fucking background application thing for sound stopped working. And now I just turned it back, I turned the computer back on and off again and it's working as normal. So I must just overloaded it. I must just pushed it to a point where it just stopped like working, and now it's working perfectly fine. I didn't do a single change. I didn't edit a single thing. I just restarted my computer. I just turned it on and off, and it went back right back to normal. So I think I am to blame. I am to blame. By the way, do you see like my earrings? Can you see them? Are they colourful? They're not that colourful actually. You can't actually pick them up on here. You can't pick them up on there, but I got them from AliExpress. Can you see my earrings? I got them from AliExpress. Can you see them? Well, you can't even see them, can you? Oh no, that's the wrong ear. That's the wrong ear. It's that ear. It's this ear, no? Can you see my ear? Can you see them? Can you see how colourful they are? You see how colourful they are? Shall I show you guys my bum? You guys want to see my bum? I pierced my bum. Do you guys want to see that? Need some donations for that one. Need some donations. I pierced my bum. Do you guys want to see that? I pierced one of my bum cheeks. You guys want to see? Got a little dimple, a little butt cheek piercing on my bum. You guys want to see that? Sorry, guys. Let's just. You know what? I'm not getting any. It's weird. I'm not getting any takers. I'm not getting anyone in the stream just saying yes. Agostino, show us your fucking butt cheeks. Yay! Let me see those crusty Angolan fucking hamburgers. Come on. no one's taking me up on the butt cheek off. Okay, fair enough. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up you lot. Let's go. Let's do this, right? Let's do what's I gonna do? Oh yeah, T5K. See how fucking crazy I am and psychotic. Let's go T5K. Oh, I got two chats there. Oh, we don't want that. Let's go. Actually, before we do that, let's just get that chat there. Hopefully that works. Hopefully this works. Let's see if this works. I want to see if I can get the kick chat to work as well today. Fingers crossed I can do that. Let's see. Can I get the kick chat to work? Can I get the kick chat to work? Let's write something. Does it come up? No, it doesn't, does it? Nope, I can't get the Kit Chat to work because I'm a fucking idiot. Doodah. Oh, you know it's there. Boom, I got it to work. Yes. Okay, Kit Chat's working. Let's get on TFAT K and I'll get a drink and we'll keep it moving. Let's do it. Josh Thompson on TFAT K. Let's go. Oh.
Yes, we did, 'cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid.
Come on, baby. Well, that was kind of quiet.
Man, that was.
Well, we had this.
I thought you were
we're
going to
sitting
let
there
you take
talking,
it.
and then like
The great Josh Thompson drove all the way from Dallas here.
Yeah.
You're on a bit of a PR tour, my man. I feel like you're all over.
Yes, we are.
You're at Rogan. Where else you been?
So I did Casual MMA, which is a great show. You've got to hit those guys up, man.
Do I know
She
them?
knows them.
Yeah, David's been on our show before. David So, the comedian, Korean dude, tall dude.
Comedian, super funny guy, man.
And
Hilarious.
knows MMA?
Yes, he knows. Yeah, he knows MMA,
He's a
but they're
big fan.
casuals. That's the point.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they're casual
That's
MMA
cool.
fans.
That's cool. And where are they out of?
They're in Burbank, right there in
dope.
Studio City, kind of
Dope.
like that area there.
So you
it's
flew out
great.
there. You started with casuals.
I flew out there, did casuals. I did this girl down in LA, Tracy Does. It's like a Hydrate podcast. I met her.
Hydrate?
Yeah, so she talks about hydration for athletes and people.
It's a whole long podcast about
It's
hydrate?
a whole long podcast, bro. She does a great job.
that's a
Great production
art- that's
value
an
there.
art form.
I mean, you got to really.
Why is he laughing about that, by the way? He's such an insulting cunt, isn't it? Why is he laughing about someone having a hydration podcast? There's probably people get way more value. I've listened to somebody talking about the benefits of drinking water and other fucking, liquids, whatever, than they would ever listening to fucking T5K. Oh, hydration. But he's only making that silly sound and being dumb about it because he doesn't probably believe in hydration. He's got one of those like, Brendan's a weird one, right? For somebody as untalented as him, for somebody that lacks like God-given talent, God-given athleticism, he's very close-minded when it comes to athletics. You know, usually when people are really shit, when people are born with not the best genetics, right? Not the best whatever, they usually go all the way in on the other side of things to really optimize themselves to get as much as they can out of their body. So if they've not got the great genetics, they'll obsess over technique. They'll obsess over rest and recovery. They're obsessed over all these other things that you can do outside of the sport to improve your sport of choice because they don't have the they don't have the luxury of being able to lean on their God-given talent in that sport. But Brendan, for being such an average athlete, he's very, very close-minded when it comes to other things that could maybe help that aren't exactly the sport. So if someone says, oh, I'm going on this hydration podcast that might help me with what I want to do in terms of my sport of choice, you'd be like, oh, that's fucking dumb. Just train more, man. Who cares about just train more? It's like, yeah, but I'm already training a lot, but I also want this extra thing. What's wrong with that? So yeah, I don't know. I find him weirdly close. For somebody very bad at athletics or bad at sports, I find him very close-minded. Very, very close-minded.
Really know your hydration.
She introduced me to this bottle of water that comes from Russia. It's fucking $90 for a liter of water.
That's called a
$90.
scam, Josh.
Scam.
I'm
Not
on
me.
board.
I didn't pay for
Yeah,
it.
Good for her.
$90 from Russia. Huh?
Yeah.
So you did
Yeah,
the
the one thing about those
hydration.
Russians, they're super hydrated.
Yeah.
So you did casual hydration.
Oh, that's delicious, man. God, is this actually real Australian? Bundaberg ginger beer, Australian family owned. Is this actually from Australia? Or is it like or is it bottled in fucking Leeds? Bottled from Brandenburg, drinks UK. So it's bottled here in the Netherlands. This is it's tasty as fuck. God, and this isn't even warm. This is like room temperature. Sorry, it's not even cold or chilled. It tastes really good being room temperature. Wow. I have to get more of these, man. Bundaberg. Big up Bundaberg, man. Big up Blood Club Bundaberg. That's really fucking good. If you want some as well, get some, innit? Go and find some and use my code RSTAZ to get 10%.
Hydration pod.
And then I did Dom Cruise.
Oh, Dom Cruise is great.
Yeah,
Does he
he's
go down?
great.
Where, does he do it down in San Diego?
They're the same. No, they're at the same as Casual MMAs. They're in the same studio.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a flip and turns like studio that you come in.
Oh, you just rent the
Yeah, you rent
space?
the space and you come in, they do one show a week or 2 shows a week, and they're killing it, man. They're killing it.
Big up Rafael Quinta. It's baffling how they don't bother to hide they're in the attic. I don't think the problem is that they're in the attic. Maybe I'm mistaken here. That's not the problem. The problem is not the attic. The problem is like the dropping quality, and dropping spaces from where they were before. Like, this is probably their level. For the amount of views that T-Fat-K get, they shouldn't be in a studio like they were last time. This is probably, or maybe the studio before this, the one in the other room. That's probably their level. They should be in these type of studios. They shouldn't be in some like swanky podcasting, radio, TV, fucking, you know, warehouse somewhere with loads of different fucking, you know, sound insulated studios and shit. That's too high up. This is actually their level. And there's nothing wrong with it. But it's just because they were at a higher level that they shouldn't have been on. They were like trying to fake it till you make it. Now it's looking kind of weird in comparison. But in my opinion, for the quality of their show, this is exactly the level they should be at. The show's shit. They don't talk about much really. It's a waste of, it's like, you know, for Brendan, for all he says about loving his kids and his kids are his life, this is actually a waste of time. He could probably be, the better use of his time would be hanging out with his kids. The better use of his time would be hanging out with his kids instead of doing this. But he does it because, you know, makes money and all that malarkey. But this is a terrible show. Terrible show.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's what our boy
Dominic's
Mark
smart.
does, right, Chin?
Yeah,
That
Mark
Bear
Owen, that's who
Productions?
does Bear
Yeah.
Punch.
Yeah, I mean,
So you did Don. Oh, that makes sense.
so I did 3 shows in like 24 hours. Then I came back.
Oh,
and
what
then
are
I
you
did,
promoting right now?
well, so Big John kind of left the podcast.
Okay.
So
'Cause
it's
he's
just,
back. The reason he left though is because he's back
Yeah.
referee.
he's back refereeing.
Yeah, thank God.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Oh, really? That's true. Okay, that's good to know. Big John is actually one of the only referee, or I'm sorry, Big John's one of the people in the UFC who's actually close to Brendan. Big John's one of the only people in the UFC who I feel like kind of defends Brendan. When Brendan's name comes up, like, he's always kind of very, you know. Oh, by the way, I love how this illustration makes Brendan look like he got his fucking head caved in. Like Unique came from behind and just like stabbed him in the top of the head. This looks like the Butcher. When the Butcher kills fucking Homelander, innit? This is like when the Butcher kills Homelander. Or maybe the tusk of the whatever, of the thing went through. That's really fucking hilarious. It legitimately looks like he got his head blown off. This is the dream. This is the dream of Unique. This is the dream of most Redditors on T-Fat-K fucking subreddit. By the way, this is the brand he's sponsored by now, right? LT. I think this is Brendan's new Rain energy drink. What is that brand? He's always wearing that brand, LT. What is that brand? I think it's the brand that Slojo also wears, isn't it, right? Oh yeah, what's happening with Slojo? Has she posted pictures of the house? Look, see, no more stories, isn't it? These motherfuckers are so fake, man. So fucking fake. So fake. Honestly, I hate how fake these motherfuckers are. Now that they've moved into a smaller home, they've had to downsize. Where's the pictures of the crib? Where's all the fucking renovation pictures? Where's the flexing of the house? When the house was fucking massive and had them, you know, they were living in a fucking crazy mansion. Look, she couldn't stop making content in that crib. She couldn't stop making content. Jojo Minute content, standing in front, like she couldn't stop making stuff about that fucking crib. Now they're in the look, making cleaning content in the crib. Look at the reflection. It looks fucking sick, right? You love what it looks like. But now they're in a smaller house, right? No more pictures, no more pitch. No, you can't do this in that crib, innit? Unless Slojo wants to get fucking eye graped. Unless Slojo wants to get eye graped, she can't be doing none of this stuff in that new fucking house with no fence. You know, punching a fucking heavy bag and letting her fucking butt cheeks wobble and shit. She can't do that shit. You can't do this shit in a garden with no fence, girl. You can't do this shit in a garden with no fence. Unless you want some of the 16-year-old kids in the neighborhood to get a heart attack. Unless you want to cause some divorces. Now all of a sudden, they're not posting any more clips in the new crib, innit? Where's the pictures in the new crib, bro? Where's the cute pictures of the kids in the new crib? Where is it? No pictures in the new crib. I don't see them anymore. Where are the pictures of the new crib? Where are they? Where are the pictures of the new crib? Honestly, man, these people, man, they're so annoying. Oh, so fake. So fucking fake. Where's the pictures of that new look? Look at the videos of the crib. Look how amazing it looks, right? Now looking back, by the way. Now looking back, that crib looks like, you know, looks fucking incredible compared to what they have now. But where's the new pictures? Look at that. like, again, not to be that guy, because it sounds like I'm hating when I'm not. I just think you should always be in proportion to where you are. Like, where I am right now is in direct proportion to the amount of money that I make. Where I'm at right now is in direct proportion to the success that I've yet to achieve. Once I start to make more, once my success goes up, my circumstances and my surroundings will change in accordance with it. What the fuck does Brendan Shaw's podcast with 30,000 viewers? Why would it? Why should that be where they live? Your podcast has 30,000 views, and here you are living in a mansion with like wooden beams and a massive kitchen. It's just too much, bro. It's too much. It's obvious you cannot afford this lifestyle. It's lovely. I get why you want it, right? Because it's big rooms for the kids. Your wife can feel comfortable to cook and move around and shit. They can grow. I get why you'd want it. I'd get why you'd want it. But there's no reason why they should be in a crib this big. It doesn't match their current earning potential. She doesn't work, right? This girl, she always has to spend money. Brendan's hardly making any money. He gets dropped by sponsors. He's not on Podcast One anymore, allegedly. Is that true, by the way? Let me just actually check. He's not on Podcast One, allegedly, they said. I'm not too sure if that's actually true, though. Let's go to Podcast One. Are they actually on the list of shows? But I don't know. I don't know. These motherfuckers, man. News, events, stock info. Resources. Let's see what the shows. Are they not on here anymore? Let's see. Do they even upload the Instagram? Do they upload it? Oh, they do. So, are there any clips on the Instagram on here of Brendan and Brian? Let's double check. Let's scroll through. Loads of celebrities, celebs. Anything from Brendan and Brian? 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 No Brendan and Brian still. No Brendan and Brian still. No Brendan. Jesus Christ. How long ago is this now? Okay, 23rd of February. This year so far, no clips of Brendan and Brian. This year so far, no clips of Brendan and Brian. Where are we now? Now we're in January. No clips of Brendan and Brian still. By the way, who's this black guy? He seems very popular, isn't it? This black guy seems very popular. What show is that? Blakey Thornton. I'm assuming he's gay, right? Just by the look of it. Just from the look. Let's see. Is it like a gay gossip thing?
Stop. Okay. Right here. Yeah. Stop right here.
Do you like it or do you not like it?
I love it.
Okay.
Wow, man. It's kind of cool how you can tell someone's gay from just a picture, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it kind of cool you could tell how someone's gay from just a thumbnail? I had no idea who this was. And isn't it kind of cool that you can tell what the show is just from just the browsing? I just went down here and I could immediately tell, okay, cool, this is some like gay, like celebrity runway. You know, it's kind of fucking cool in it. I quite like that.
Stop. Okay. Right here. Stop right here.
Do you like it or do you not
I
like it?
love it.
Okay.
I saw this in person. It's 2016, Jennifer Lopez. This was epic. It was everything a movie star should have and could have been.
Also, she's daring to wear a necklace. That necklace is looking like a hard 7 figures.
And by the way, she fucking did it. And I would never normally be.
Big up on 10 toes. I'm not gonna lie. I ignored. What's that? What's that? What you said? I ignored AT content for years because I thought the same thing. Well, you thought I was gay. I take it as a compliment, bro. If you meant that as an insult, I take that as a compliment. On 10 toes. If you meant that as an insult, I take that as a compliment. If you said that as an insult, I take that as a compliment. I said for many years now. For whatever reason, I think someone told me actually. Big up, no, Kat Barker. Is it Kat? No, Kat Barker. Kat Baker. What's called Barker? Kat Baker's the one that told me actually, because I think I was complaining to Kat Baker. I was like, fuck, man, why don't I have any gay friends? Like, especially the techno scene. All the cool techno gay guys, like, they don't really like me, really. They don't really vibe with me. So I'll try to make friends, and they kind of, you know, they kind of think I'm weird. Lesbians definitely don't fucking rock with me. So I don't know. I don't really get much love from them at all. And I remember Kat Baker was like, yeah, duh. You're kind of a walking red flag, innit? You're a bit too You're a bit too masculine. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, the football, the shit you tweet, how you speak and shit. I was like, oh. I didn't think about it. I was like, yeah, true. If you're like a gay guy and you see me coming to you, you're gonna run. You know, you're gonna run. I'm a lot. I mean, I'm bringing a lot of fucking So I get it, but you know, I wish they would be my friends because I'd want to be their friends.
Be like, ugh, with this necklace, what are you doing? This necklace works. This Harry Winston works on this gown. That bracelet works. That bag works.
So maybe it's true, innit? Did they actually get done from podcast one? Because the proof here would be if we keep scrolling and we find a post of them when they were on there, it makes sense. Because this might be true. It might be true that Brendan and Brian aren't on podcast one anymore because let's keep scrolling. It's weird how they're not on the official Instagram and they're quite a big show, isn't it? Like, they're not on the official Instagram at all. Not a single clip of them on the official podcast on Instagram. Are you for real? Huh. Nothing. Okay, where are we now? Are we last year?
What happened to like?
Cool. We're into 2025 now. We're into 2025 now and still nothing. Oh my god, they actually got dropped on podcast one. The platform that scammed other podcasters dropped Brendan and Brian. The advertising platform that scammed podcasters, scammed Theo Von, actually dropped them. It's fucking crazy, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, they're not on. There's no clips of. Oh my god, this is actually kind of crazy. It's not. Well, it's not crazy, you know. I'm kind of being hyperbolic here. Please forgive me. But they're actually not on here at all. Okay, what month are we in now? We're now in June. We're now in this time last year, and there's still no evidence of them on here. Wow. Okay, I'm curious to see where they were last posted, or if they ever were posted. Maybe they just would never post on here. I don't know, but it's good free promo. Why wouldn't you want to be posted on here? Boom, boom, boom. Nothing from them. Nothing. No Brendan and Brian at all. Are you for real? Shit, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta fucking hurt. But to be fair, a lot of these shows, they're not for me, but they look polished, you know? A lot of these shows probably look polished. They probably are done well a particular way, you know? They try to be funny. They try to be informative. So maybe it makes sense why they wouldn't want Brendan and Brian on there, because they don't try and do those things. Okay, what year and month are we in now? 2022, still nothing. Yeah, so yeah, they got dropped, boy. I'm running with it. I'm running with the program they got dropped. I'm running with the fucking propaganda that they definitely got dropped, bro. That is fucking crazy. They definitely got dropped, okay? They're definitely off podcast one then. They're definitely off podcast one. They're definitely off of podcast one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, that's what I wanted to check. What's that brand that he's wearing actually? What's the brand? Has he got it tagged? Usually he loves tagging shit. What the fuck is LT? What the fuck is LT? Has he got it tagged anywhere here? He must have it tagged, right? He hasn't got it tagged. He's always tagging shit. Really? What the fuck is LT? Rogan, is it Diesel? Is that Diesel Corp? No, it's not Diesel Corp. What the fuck is the brand LT? Nothing more. I think Slow Joe got some stuff on there. I think that's is that the one with the thunder? What the fuck is LT? Where are we? Didn't Slow Joe get something? Yeah, is that the brand here? Is that the brand? First form. No, is that First Form? I don't think that's the one. Okay, this is one of their sponsors though. This is one of their newer sponsors they have now. This brand called First Form. Wow, 1.4 million followers. We are mission to help real people get real long-term results. So what is this, like a Ways to Wells but with merch? What do they make here? Supplements and shit, right? Yeah, okay, they make supplements. So creatine, protein, general. Ugh. That AI logo, like, come on, man. You could just surely there's somebody in that team that could design something better than that. Just get someone to try and draw a person looking like a Roman soldier, like a fucking what you call it, Genghis Khan type soldier. I mean, but like, you don't. These AI graphics are so horrible. You can clearly tell. You can immediately tell what AI illustration is straight away, or AI graphic design. You shouldn't do that, in my opinion. But yeah, okay. This is a pretty good. Actually, let me check let's check the list of sponsors anyway. I think it's usually in their bio, right? List of sponsors in the bio is as follows. They've got Quince, Shopify, O'Reilly, Progressive. Those are the 4 sponsors. So these are all direct sponsors, isn't it? They're not people that they've got from Podcast One. Fuck. Brutal, innit? Kind of brutal. Kind of fucking brutal, I'm not gonna lie. No podcast one, but I want to know what that brand. What's the brand LT? Let's see if I can find it via Google Thingamajiggy. Bear me a second, people. I'm really curious. What's the LT brand? What the fuck is the LT brand? Is that a brand or a team? It's not a team. It's definitely a brand. It's definitely a fucking brand, that's for sure. I think so anyway. Is it Lake Travis? Is it Lake Travis? Really? Oh, it's Lake Travis Oh, really? Okay, Lake Travis. I didn't know that. Lake Travis Baseball. Sorry, people in the chat. I didn't see you. Let's see images. Oh, it is. Yes, it's say. Okay, so what? So this is the team that his kid plays for. I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming his kid plays for this team. Or he supports them because what? Are they trendy or something? It's a kid. Okay, cool. Well, okay. Okay. My bad. I apologize. I should have read his chat before. I was just waffling to myself. Apologies.
He's going back to refereeing. He's only going to probably ref, I'd say, for probably 3, maybe 4 years because he's getting close to retirement.
Yeah.
You know, he's
What made him come
He was a
back?
cop, right?
Yeah, he was a cop in LA. Yeah, I think he did 25 years as a cop in LA.
What made him come back?
You know, you guys are in the podcast industry. Sponsors are kind of hard to come by these days, and we lost 2 of our biggest sponsors back to back when we lost our betting sponsor because.
Big up Josh Thompson. Big up Josh Thompson. Look at the fucking timing. Look at the timing of this conversation. Vulnerability and honesty. This is actually what your fans want to hear. This is what your fans want to hear. They want to hear when you lose a sponsor. They want to hear when you get a sponsor. You know why? Because both of the things to them are the same thing. They're still going to root for you. Your fans are still going to root for you, and you never know. You might be having a hard time. You mentioned you lose a sponsor. They might fucking cheer you up, and suddenly your week is looking a little bit better because they cheered you up in the fucking chat. Or they cheered you up with some messages or some emails. Or maybe they recommended something to you, right? And said, hey, by the way, I know someone that can help this, help that. Do you know what I mean? Just be vulnerable, be honest. But Brendan is so, like, hung up on looking successful, sounding successful. He refuses to have even a little shrink, a little fucking morsel of humility, a little fucking morsel of fucking honesty, and be like, hey, we're kind of fucked up. You can see what's going on around here. We're trying to make this show work. I know the show isn't great, but we're trying to do our best. If you got ideas, let us know. But we're not going to stop. We're not going to end. We know some of you guys really love this show, so we're here doing it for you. But obviously things have changed, you know. You can see where the studio, the fans would love it. Also, it'd kill all the hate from the Reddit, really. But this pretending like, I'm moving, I'm downsizing from my mansion to get another house because I want more land. I don't want the big house. Yuck. Who wants a big house? Yucky. I want a smaller house, but more land. All right. Whoever said that? Never. Oh, I don't want to drive Porsches anymore. I hate Ferraris. Yuck. I just want to drive Ford F-150s. Whoever said that? Nobody. But refuses to be honest and have a little bit of humility. So tries to like make it seem as if, oh, now I'm this American patriot that only cares about gasoline cars and I don't want to drive exotics or foreign cars. I only want to drive American cars that are made by fucking, Asia and other people in the world, blah, 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 whatever. It's just weird. It's just so weird because this is what Brendan should have said. There's nothing wrong with nothing. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this whatsoever. Shit happens, innit? Things change. I'm sure when that fucking guy comes back to the show after he's sitting in the UFC making some money, it's gonna make the show lit again. Maybe they also were going through because I don't know. I watched a couple episodes of their thing from time to time, and I do remember didn't they have a bit of passer too? I'm not sure if he's gonna mention it. Didn't him and the other guy, the former UFC referee guy, didn't have a little bit of like a bit of a falling out as well on air? Like they usually have a little bit of a disagreement. So maybe it just ran its course. They got tired of each other. So it's like, you know what? We both need to break from each other. Let me go back to UFC and make some money, do the thing that I love, and you can do the show with somebody else for the time being. And then they might come back together again. You never know. And if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But at least he's being honest. At least he's being honest about the situation at hand. Brendan would never say this. Oh no, everything's fine. Got a gross, like never admit anything. Doesn't want to look like you're losing. It's like, bro, people lose all the time. You can fall down, but it's about how you get up, isn't it? It's about how you fucking get up.
YouTube put that little restriction on the betting thing, and that crushed us a little bit. So
for him, he was just like,
so he was like, he's like, look, it's
a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. You know, we were doing 4 shows a week, 3 shows a week,
That's a lot.
and plus the biggest thing for him was that he
Callan straight away. That's a lot. Callan the fucking work shy monster. Callan the work shy monster straight away. That's a lot. 4 hours a week. Oh my god, that's too much. Look at Callan straight away. Callan.
for him, he was
Callan
just
chimed
So he
in
was
there.
like, he's like, look, it's
a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. You know, we were doing 4 shows a week, 3 shows a week,
That's a lot.
and plus the big
That's a lot. 4 hours a week. I just simply cannot. 4 hours a week of talking into a microphone with a producer who presses record and stop and edits everything, and we have to just sit down on a chair and talk into a microphone, not do any of the edits, none of the thumbnails, none of the titles, none of the timestamps, nothing, and uploads. That's just too much. Brian Callan, that's just too much.
biggest thing for him is that he owns a farm. So he owns a 70-acre farm.
He does.
working
He's in
on the-
Nashville, yeah,
work-
right?
Yeah, he's right outside of Nashville,
Yeah.
working on a farm.
He works
I'm
a
like,
farm.
Yeah, he works a farm. So
You know, I'm a little bit of an aspiring farmer.
Yeah, you want?
are you really? Since you got to Texas,
Hold on, let's stay on track with Big
I
John.
called Catherwood about that.
about the farm. So Big John's doing the farm. So for him, it was just a time thing.
yeah,
By
because
the way, big up Brendan for once. 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 By the way, this is a horrible picture, but big up Brendan for once. Like Callan trying to make it all by himself. Oh, by the way, did I tell you about my fantasy about being with men in the farm and being the fucking handmaiden, or maybe running? Like we don't care about your bit. Like this is a guest. We've got a guest on here. Let the guest talk. Let the guest tell us their story about what's going on with their pod. That's actually a good little save there from Brendan. Brian tried to come in again with that fucking story from last week. Oh, I want to be on the farm. Oh, shut up.
all day he's feeding cattle. He's freaking chickens. They're
I
growing
know.
chickens. They're
I know
making
what it's
chicken.
about.
Like he's got a full chicken setup.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got it all, man. So I would say he's probably got 200-300 chickens a day that he's got to take care of.
So for him, it was just
They're chicks, like baby chicks that
Yeah.
he's from the beginning.
So for him, it just didn't make too much sense.
Yeah, so
financially.
when he can go and do, 1 or 2 shows on the weekend, do that every weekend, travel, just go in, go out.
So who do you do the show now with? Like, what was
Myself?
the plan?
Myself.
You just-
No. So what I did is, it's hard to replace John. And he's not replaceable.
gonna be tough,
Let's just be honest. He's not replaceable. But we still do a show called McCarthy Mondays when there's a rules violation or something goes wrong. So like tonight on Monday, but there was nothing that really happened on last weekend's fights.
No.
So we probably won't do it tonight. Plus I'm gonna be driving back late. But with John, like we come in, so like the Joe Schilling situation, the Rico Verhoeven situation, I had him on, we talked about it.
That's
do a
cool.
quick little segment,
he's
McCarthy
still
Mondays.
involved.
He's
Yeah.
still involved that way. And then I do it with John Morgan, the former MMA junkie journalist.
By the way, I love how Brendan's just asking questions and letting just talk about the situation, but not offering up anything about his situation. So to share, to kind of commiserate, maybe talk through their problems. Whatever. He's trying to make it seem like, I don't know, almost like he's trying to be his therapist. Like, brother, you're going through the same thing. Why are you talking from a place of not superiority, but like, whatever. Like, you're going through exactly the same thing. Why don't you open up a little bit? You use this moment to connect with somebody that maybe is going through the same thing that you're going through, but he's a little bit further down the line because Big John has kind of left the show already. You're clearly trying to get rid of Brian Callan. Brian Callan's clearly trying to leave as well. Brian Callan's trying to get dumped, right? Brian Callan doesn't even want to leave. He's trying to get dumped, but you're not dumping him. So maybe just share and open up a little bit. But he's just still trying to be like, oh, everything's fine. Everything is fine.
John,
So
John's
we do
great.
Tuesday nights, and then I do it with Alan Jobon. Him and I do a show
Alan's
together
great.
as
He's
well.
cool.
He's fantastic. And I do it with another buddy of mine named Angelo Bodetti, who does like gambling. He's pretty popular on YouTube. So I just
like
have
picks.
a plethora of different stuff that we're
I get
talking
it.
about. So
I get it.
and we all have our different views. So like Angelo he's very like he's been in it. He's used to manage fighters. He managed Nick Newell and these guys, but he's got one of the best betting platforms on YouTube, right? Where he
So
just
he's viewing it different.
yeah, he's viewing it
All
way
analytics,
different. Yeah. But he's also a little rough to the fighters, and I'm like, hey, brother, like we got to be
Yeah,
careful. 'cause
disrespectful,
I'm
man.
friends with these guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and you might
know?
see him.
Yeah, to him it's a business.
I know. So it's funny is because I just took him to the Roth Wrestling. And we got media credentials in Dallas. Took him to the Roth Wrestling. I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead and talk shit to Armand now. He's standing right here, buddy.
Yeah, say
And
something.
he, go ahead, say something.
Yeah.
He's like, oh well, And I was like, yeah, I didn't
Bubba.
think so.
That's always
yeah.
been my thing about like just being on a podcast with a platform. like I just feel if I'm a little, like if I'm too honest or it borders on disrespectful, and I'm gonna have to see them, and then I'm gonna.
Brian again with the fucking main character. No one cares what you say about UFC. Don't get me wrong. Us watch-alongers, right? Myself included. I seriously do think Brian usually has better takes on the UFC than Brendan does, and usually better predictions because he seems to be able to analyze fights and break down fight cards way better than Brendan does. But I don't think the wider public gives a fuck or even knows he watches the UFC. I don't think there's any danger of a fighter hearing what you said and thinking, I want to fuck up Brian or fuck Brian Callen. No one cares about you. Let's relax with this main character syndrome thing. I'm just worried that if I say something, some fighters... Shut up.
You know, it just feels like I'm... Yeah, I get it. I could get one of them getting pissed off at. Yeah. You just got to be careful. It's
You've
a dance.
Never been disrespectful.
No,
you've always been good about that
on purpose.
It's always like if it's like fighter to fighter, that's fine. We're from the same fraternity. We paid the same price. That's fine.
Because when you're
when it's like,
yo, what the fuck is up with his eyes? Is it the Addies, or is he actually always crying? Why does he always look so glassy? Is he actually on Addies as well? Remember we googled it and it said that if you take too many Addies, you do develop like glassy eye. Like, oh, is he back on the booze again? Like, why the fuck does he look like that all the time? It looks like he's on the verge of tears at all time. Or as he calls it, tears. Tears. Looks like he's on the verge of tears at any time right now. He's gonna break into tears at any time. What the fuck is going on? Huh.
when it's like a straight journalist who's never fought, I'm like, Bubba.
I disagree with you. I get more flack from the fighters when I have something to say about.
Oh no, don't get it twisted.
Okay.
100%. Well, because we're fighters. So if you say something about me, or I say, but you're gonna fire back because it's in our nature. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, when it's fighter fighter, that's fine. We're in the same fucking lane. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. You paid your dues, I paid my dues. That's fine. You can critique me, I critique you. We can go at it. There's all good. Mm-hmm. It's when it's
no, it's not all good. Why are you critiquing active fighters if you're a former fighter? Shouldn't you be more understanding? Shouldn't you be more understanding and a little bit less personal with your attacks on fighters because you've been in the octagon yourself? You've been through brutal fight camps. You've been on losing streaks. You've had to fucking battle with the UFC and Dana White. You've been in hostile environments fighting in other countries against favorites and shit. You've had scummy managers and agents. Shouldn't you be a lot more understanding and a little bit chill? He's actually advocating or encouraging. He's actually okay with fighters, former fighters being dicks to current fighters. Because, oh, we both did the same thing, so it's fine. No, it isn't. You should understand them more. You should understand their plight, their position, their struggle, their issues way more than the regular person on the street because you've been there. What a weirdo.
It's a journalist who's never fought before, and I see them like, calling a guy a piece of shit or a cow. Or
I think he's got the wrong way around. I think if you're a journalist, a regular schmegular civilian, you have every right to call a fighter a piece of shit, a coward, or this, whatever. Sometimes it's a little bit crazy because like, what do you mean he's coward, like whatever. But you have more of a right to say that than the former athletes do, because you're never in a sport. You don't really know what it takes. You're just analyzing it or viewing it from just a viewing experience. So I think they have every right to say that, personally. I think they have every right to say that, journalists and media figures.
They're making fun of his cardio. Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, it looked like he just quit.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm like.
You can be a journalist and you can say something like,
"Hey, Wagwan Coil in the chat. What's going on? Wagwan Coil, Wagwan Gamebred Footballer. Wagwan. Two souls. I see you. My nuts. What's going on, my guy? Rafa Quinto. What's going on? Like the stream. Stop being G. Like the stream. Stop being GAY. Like the stream. Stop being GAY.
It looks like he's not the same fighter. Or you can like
That's fine.
you can make observations,
older,
right? Mm. But it's when people say things like you just said. Like when it's disrespectful to me, I cringe because it's like, bro, it's so hard to be that person.
Yeah. But that's also
so
the culture
hard
today. Like you look at Stephen A. Smith, who kind of blew it up to this point. Like when he ridicules like LeBron James.
When he did Cowboy Cerrone that night. It looked like he didn't want to be in there. I was on Rogan
buddy.
Rogan 3 days later.
Oh, when he was doing UFC, that was just
He doesn't know the
shit show.
sport.
I know, but
He knows
but I'm
basketball.
saying just as athletes in general, like when he criticizes Dak Prescott or something like that, that's kind of like then casuals see it, and then you have online where everybody has a voice, so that's where it comes from.
Right, but I think
It's this
Stephen A.
whole
Smith.
shit.
It does. It comes again. He's so dumb and he's so fucking. He's such a dumb. It comes the other way around. If anything, Stephen A. Smith has learned that approach of criticizing or flaming whatever from the internet. People are way harsher than Stephen A. Smith on the internet. I think he's so fucking mollycoddled. He's such in a hug box. He's such in a safe space on this side of social media because he doesn't want to see any things against him. That he doesn't know that there's way more harsher platforms and places and people just in general than there would ever be in fucking comment sections. There's way more in the wider internet. There's way fucking more. He just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
At least was a sports writer, and it's been his job in his
Doesn't
life
matter.
his whole
It
life.
doesn't matter.
But
Doesn't
he's
matter.
good. He's good. Like he.
No, it doesn't. You're missing the point. He never played the sport.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter though. You can still critique it. You didn't play the sport well. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So if you play the sport, you have every right to. If anything, people that play the sport are usually the most. Usually have the worst takes. They're usually shit at analyzing the game because a lot of those people, especially if they're talented, it came natural to them. That's why they say in football, especially, or at least in this country anyway, or at least in this part of the world, that's why they say football, the most talented players don't usually make for good coaches. That's why I say in football, the most talented football players don't usually make the best coaches. Like a good example is like Steven Gerrard. You guys won't know this because it's a UK reference, but please bear with me. Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard. There's a reason why Frank Lampard's more successful or like, is more, I guess, current or doing stuff now with clubs, Lampard, than Gerrard is. Gerrard is now more of a, pundit and shit. But the reason why is because I think Gerrard was always naturally gifted as a footballer. Lampard had to work to make himself the footballer that he was, scoring goals and shit. Obviously, towards the end, he was fucking, brutal, a really good player, but he had to work at getting himself to a certain level. So I think in football, they always say if a player had to actually work to get themselves to be world class, then they could be a great coach. But if they just came out of the womb doing kick-ups, it's kind of impossible for you to tell somebody else how to do kick-ups because you just did it instinctively. So with Brendan, you'd think, hold on, you were never like a natural. I don't know. Well, did that even make sense? Did that make sense? I think that made sense.
It does though.
No, but you're allowed because
sports
writers can be very good observers.
You can critique.
Right.
You can't.
Oh, you're saying like you can't like.
No, when he's like, "Oh, that guy sucks."
You can say whatever you want, bro. You say it too. Brendan says tee off on people. He says got slept. Brendan says the worst things about fighters. I'm sorry, you can say what the fuck you want. Is it a little bit cringe? Is it a little bit cringe to see like keyboard warriors on social media when a fight's going on saying, "Oh, he didn't want it. He gassed out. What a loser." Doing all this sort of shit. Is it kind of like nauseating? Yeah. Is it a bit out of order? Yeah. Is it a little bit cringe when grown-ass men are out here criticizing UFC fighters? Yeah. But it happens. It is what it is. Leave them alone.
He's not this, or man, he's not clutch. That's so weird to me.
Brian, do you have the take that you should be able to speak on anything, even if you didn't?
I don't because I don't, mainly because I think. So if you're a journalist, if you're a sports journalist, like you may have really good observations. Some people are just really good. They're coaches that didn't necessarily play on a high level. They're great coaches, they're great teachers. So what you can do there is you can say something like this, like you go, he seems to choke every time the playoffs show up. So when Alex Rodriguez was in, like, whenever it would be later, a lot of like journalists would be pretty harsh on his performance. It seemed like he just wouldn't deliver. Like, and that was just, all they were doing was recognizing a pattern. My thing is when you don't take into account already how hard it was to get there and maintain. Like when you're a professional athlete and you make it to the big show like UFC, or if you make it to the majors. So I just went to Wrigley Field this weekend. It was so
amazing,
awesome.
isn't it?
You see that game?
Amazing.
That game when what's his name hit the home run.
Pete Armstrong?
Yeah. He hit the home run right there. I was with Kevin Bay. And Kevin was like, I think he's going to have a home run because I wanted to leave.
He's a savage.
He goes, hold on, you fucking
He's a
cat.
Cali kid. He's a Harvard Westlake kid.
Oh, he
Both
was?
His parents were actors.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This kid's a stud.
And super stud.
I mean, 2 home runs.
Loyal to default.
Yeah, big up.
Brian Callen is a rapist.
Jesus. Jesus Christ, that was heavy. That was heavy, but I appreciate you. Who's that from? Big up Wingers. Big up Wingers. Appreciate you. Big up Wingers. Perfect. Big up Wingers.
In the game. But like already when you're there and to hear people screaming about, we need another pitcher, you get out there and all that. Like if you're a journalist saying that, you know, if you're a journalist and you're not, at least you don't take into account first.
Diana, perfect. Diana, perfect. Helwani and BC, Brian Campbell didn't play the sport, and Papa always steals their content. Always steals their content. Exactly. Big up Diana. Spot on.
That there has to be a modicum of respect for the person.
I think most do it right. Most are pretty good.
I do too.
Especially in the MMA space. Most are, listen, the people that are good at it, most are pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Most are pretty good.
No, I would agree with you on that. Yeah, but they also have ways of, it's almost like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can also, but there are journalists,
Yeah.
but there are journalists, like I'll say it, a lot of times I'll look at somebody and I'll go, they're never going to be a champion. It's not going to happen. And that's just an observation. I don't have to have fight on a high level or anything, but I can see that.
Well, it depends. If it's like a young prospect and you say that, it's like, okay.
He's got time.
No, I'm
Okay.
talking about.
But it was like an older dude, like
what I'm
3
talking-
fight losing
Or just you
streak.
see somebody and you see, like I think I said that about Patty Pimblett, who I love and I have a lot of respect for, but I
The
can
verdict's
look,
still out on him.
I
It's
can
like-
look at Patty and say, in my opinion, I just think the competition is too stiff. Like there's just a difference in technique. It just looks like.
Well, I
some
said this,
people are
like we all love Bilal Muhammad. Love him. I just said, yeah, the ride's over. Like
Yeah.
he reached the top.
Jesus Christ, it's mad harsh. The ride is over. We all love Bilal. How can you start a sentence with "we all love Bilal Muhammad," but I just said the ride's over? That's not like a nice thing to say. That's not a good thing to say. That's not kind. That's not considerate. That's not about being a fraternity. That's just being a fucking cunt. I said to him, I just said on my podcast that the ride's over. It's like, I don't know why he was mad. It's like, what? You don't know why he was mad because you told him the ride's over. Like, come on, man. Have some respect. Have some respect.
Top of the pinnacle, you know, did his thing that 0.01% of UFC fighters get to. Like he did it, reached the top of the mountain. Now it's a down. It's all downhill.
It doesn't get easier for him.
No, like it's just. But
Let me ask you guys a question
that's
on
not
that.
disrespectful. That's just the game.
Yeah.
Like it's just the game. Like, and I hope he doesn't see him like, oh, what the fuck, Shab? No. You're still a badass.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as far as being champion, those days are over. Yeah. That's it.
Well,
Imagine someone said that to him, by the way. He's freaked out so much. In terms of being a champion, those days are over. What a cunt. It's actually interesting how he doesn't realize how much of a cunt he sounds, you know? It's actually very interesting that he doesn't really realize how much of a cunt he seems to be. Really strange.
so let me ask you a question with somebody.
Yeah, Kyla, what's that? Iconic for Cannon. Ironic, sorry, for Cannon. We all say that about his comedy. He'll never be great.
Who like Bilal or somebody at that. I'm not sure how old he is.
He's 38. He's 37. He'll be 38 next
So
month.
that now we're getting to an age, right?
Yeah.
But
Especially at
sometimes
170.
what I'm noticing, and you guys can speak on this more, what I'm noticing is that, man, a lot of these guys are just standing at mid-distance and trying to box. They're boxing it out. I see a little kicking, but not a lot.
For Bilal, that's an issue. Grappling got you to dance,
You know,
and all of a sudden you're a striker.
so my question then is, I would have to say to their coaching staff, hey, like I just feel like you have him for 5 fucking rounds standing at that midriff with this kid who's just more athletic. He's just moving.
Better
He's
striker.
really hard.
Better striker.
He's just
Well, that's my issue with Bo Nickel.
right.
I want to shake his coaches. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what are you
dude?
guys doing?
Yeah.
Send him to AK.
Yeah.
Let him learn the fucking Khabib game plan and impose your will to.
Or just a front kick. or
Because
a
your stand up
teep and
become a
then-
lot better once people fear your takedowns a little bit more.
Right.
Which he hasn't got there's no fear of him taking him down now.
No.
Because we know with years of experience, Mike Van Arsdale was one of the best wrestlers ever.
The best.
Like ever. Okay, beat Dave Schultz. He's
Yeah.
beat Chael
Explosive
Sanderson. He's
monster.
beaten
He's
some
my
guys
coach for a long
Yeah,
time.
so
Yeah, he's awesome.
he's amazing, right? One of the best wrestlers. At 40 years old, he's in the UFC. 41 years old, he's in
I know.
shredded,
I
ripped,
remember.
okay? This guy, though, he could take you down at will. He couldn't hold you down. Bo Nickel's in that same area right now. I don't know if he has the control, and it's not a dig on him. That's him at 41 years old.
ridiculous.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great coach.
But at 40 and 41 years old, he couldn't hold you down. He could take you down at will.
There
just
you go.
not like just.
They just don't have that control.
They don't have the jiu-jitsu control that fighters use to get themselves
Yeah.
back up. Now, if I said, "Hey, go out there and just pin him to his back,"
No.
probably could
But
do
that's
it.
a coaching
But they're
issue
gonna
to
get
me.
up.
To me,
But you're gonna
that's,
try to get
to
up
me, that's a
underhooks and all
coaching
that
issue.
stuff.
To me, that's like your coaches should say there are certain holes in your game, and a
All
coaching
that
issue
stuff.
to me.
to his back.
No.
Probably could
But
do it.
Did the volume go up all of a sudden on Brian's voice, or is it me? Listen closely. Did the volume just go up all of a sudden on Brian's voice? Did Chin just fucking redline Brian Callen for some reason, or is it just me? Listen to closely. Did Brian Callen's voice just go up?
Get themselves
Yeah.
back up. Now, if I said, "Hey, go out there and just pin him to his back,"
No.
probably could
But
do
that's
it.
a coaching
But they're
issue
gonna
to
get
me.
up.
To me,
But you're
that's
gonna try to get
to
up
me, that's a
underhooks and all
coaching
that
issue.
stuff.
To me, that's like your coaches should say there are certain holes in your game, and everybody has holes in their game.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yeah, I think Chin gave Callen that little red line lodge. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. The AC must have cut. Yeah, this might have been when the AC was turned on, innit? Fuck it. I was like, why is it so loud all of a sudden? Like, okay, cool.
Unless you're, it's like you need to work on holding that. So when you go to practice, there's got to be you're working on
There has to be
things
a
you're not
plan.
good at. There's got to be a plan.
Well, with
And I
Bo
don't see
Nickel,
a
my thing
game
is
plan.
he's such an elite wrestler. I just want to grab him like Bo.
Yo, big up Freddie. I don't think Papa works hard at anything. It's delusional self-confidence and overpowering ego that turns his engine. Yeah, that's the thing that I find fascinating, but I think it's very on point for a locale. Locales do have a lot of unearned confidence. They do have a lot of unearned confidence. You think of someone like Wings of Redemption, like a DSP, like these guys are like the bottom of the bottom when it comes to society role, totem pole. But in both Wings and DSP's cases, they legitimately think they're better than people, Like you could actually, just in some respect, you can maybe understand Brendan's superiority complex given what he's achieved and whatever been through, but you can never understand why Wings of Redemption and Boogie and those guys have a superiority complex. You're like, brother, like no one wants to live like you, No one wants your stuff. No one wants where you live. No one wants anything that you have. So it's like this superiority complex is weird, but I think it helps them, as I said, get themselves up for the table and all that shit. So bless to them. Bless to them.
But nobody wants to see you jog around this fucking octagon for 15 minutes and show us amateur striking.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough hours in a day for him to be a world-class striker. There's just not. What are you world-class at? Fucking wrestling. dude.
Yeah.
Impose your.
Again, you don't need to be world class to add it to your arsenal. Brendan thinks the only way to add anything to your arsenal is to be world class at it. No, you don't. You can just do it also as a thing that you do on top of what you already do. Again, I really don't get why he's so close-minded, because he talks about all this stuff, but he hardly wrestled himself. Wasn't most of his fights ended in striking or something? He hardly wrestled. For somebody that has like a black belt and was allegedly a good grappler, he never used to wrestle as much. He preferred to also stand and bang. So why don't you understand why fighters want to do that more? Especially given the way that the UFC kind of like rewards fighters who win in a particular fashion, via the ones who win via, what's that thing called? Fight bonuses and shit. Just interesting. It's just very. It fascinates me just how close-minded he is, because in all of my experience in life, in all the various sports that I played in my life, usually the person that was like the shittiest or not the most gifted talently always had other sources that they went to that would kind of inform what they do, But it's a shame that we don't get that from them, but hey, it is what it is. Boppity 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 bop.
will break the guy down and shot after shot after. We can do this, dude.
Yeah.
That's how he's gonna get to the dance. But what he's doing now is not gonna do it.
But I gotta be honest, RDR though, like kind of exposed some of his conditioning and cardio as well. Like in wrestlers, they have a tendency when they get into the UFC or when they get into bigger.
Well, Josie, highlights I've seen, it was all, yeah, I think so. But I'm just thinking in general. I'm just thinking about Brendan's fighting style. Again, I don't want to watch the fights, so I can't bother. But I'm pretty sure he didn't really go for takedowns that often. He did go for them, but he was mostly striking. He was mostly doing his fucking boxing stance and shit. He hardly kicked, mostly punches. But why he's criticizing Bo Nickel for doing the same thing that he did is weird, because he was known as a grappler guy and he just went in and always punched and kicked. Like, you know the struggle. You know the struggle. Or you should at least know.
fights, and the fight goes longer than 6 to 10 minutes, they're gassed.
Yep.
because they're used to fighting with that. They're used to wrestling at that level of intensity, knowing that it's like 6 minutes hard.
There's also nothing more tiring than shooting.
Then
That's
you shoot
by
over
far
and
the
over
most
and over
tiring.
again. Lift, scoop.
But there is
But
that
that's why
school-
Yoel Romero never shot.
Never
That's why
shot.
Justin Gaethje never shot.
But it also doesn't it also depend on how much muscle you have to feed? Like Yoel's just, you know, one of the
But he's
things
always been that way.
Right. One of the things boxers do, and the Diaz brothers would this, they'll run for an hour and a half. They'll literally keep their heart rate at a certain rate.
Yeah.
So that you're so aerobically conditioned. Now, it is a balance, right? It's a balance because
Yes
you can
and
lose
no, 'cause
strength.
it's not a marathon. You know,
not,
like
yeah.
cool, you're running at an 8-mile pace.
Well, I
for an
guess
hour.
bike people on Tour de France. There's this thing where they keep their heart rate at a certain like for a long time.
Yeah.
Right?
But think about that. You're looking at hours. They got to go for hours.
Yeah.
Our
So
fight's
when
15
I do
minutes.
my conditioning, my cardio for fights, right? I would do 40 minutes, keeping it at 160 and above. So
Yeah.
you run for 40 minutes, keeping your heart rate at 160 and above.
There you go. That's,
Right?
Yeah.
And then when you get done, you want to try to get your heart rate down as you walk around, deep breaths, relax, get it down below 110 within like a 2-minute period.
And so that you're when you're in training and you're practicing, you're not winded after 5 rounds.
Yeah.
You can be winded no matter what,
Yeah.
but it's just about recovery.
It's the recovery in
and being
that
able
1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute.
And then also being able to maintain and perform.
Just train for it.
fatigue.
But the part of the problem is that what got Bilal to the dance was that mid-distance boxing. Like he had a lot of
No, it's
success.
wrestling.
It was also his wrestling, right?
I disagree there.
I just
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree. Yeah. I believe what got him to the dance was the pressure, okay, and making it a dirty, grimy fight.
Yeah.
For him to have success, he needed to fight you in a pocket.
But then his corner has to say, it's like,
But B, you know what? Here's the thing, and I try not to be too critical of the corners either. They might have been like, "Yeah, in camp, dude, that's all we did."
Yeah.
And then he won the fight and felt like he was, you know, fights viewing it different than we are on the outside. So he might have been like, "Man, I felt like I was piecing him up." Like,
Bonfim was he's also a pretty sneaky jiu-jitsu guy. Maybe there was.
Well, let me throw this out to you because I posed this question to Alan Jobon yesterday on my show.
how's he doing?
He's doing great, man.
Handsome,
Handsome son of a
son of a
bitch.
bitch.
Handsome son of a
fucking
bitch.
guy. I get
With
so
that-
pissed off.
With that hair.
Him and Sexy Yama got to be 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm
and
just-
then Luke Rockhold probably 3.
Whoa.
By the
You're
way,
not bad.
You're a
I mean, I'm
Yo, but Colin, no, I think he meant 8-mile pace in terms of like in terms of fitness and endurance, just in general. Like running at an 8-mile pace and fitness and like being able to do that consistently would make you fitter and have more endurance for a fight. I think he meant that more. Not in like, oh, if you run an 8-mile pace in a marathon, you're really fast. I think he meant 8-mile pace running for an hour would mean you're pushing yourself and would also mean it would kind of help to improve your endurance for a fight. I think that's what he meant.
almost 50, but you know.
No, yeah, listen, I'll be the first to say you're a handsome kid. You're
Oh, he said 8-mile pace for an hour. Okay. Okay, I see what you meant there. Oh, he said 8-mile pace for an hour. Okay. Again, it's Brendan, like we understand normal things, but I didn't even get that. Jesus Christ. 8-mile pace for an hour. What? 8-mile pace for an hour? Okay, cool. Another classic Brendan one. 8-mile pace for an hour is crazy. Big up, good spot.
you're 5'10". I know, Josh, and I know that stings, and that stings.
You're also 5'10".
I am, and that's why I know
That's
he's
what bothers
5'10".
us.
And
So he's speaking from a place of experience.
You got a strong jaw. He's a looker. The kid's a looker.
Oh, yeah, Josh.
You're not going to get a lot better looking, but at the end of the day, if somebody's
No, if they do a Hall of Fame wing for most handsome,
He's
I
in
feel like
there.
he's in.
He's in there.
I'm honorable mention.
you sure are,
Come on now.
You're a big cutie.
He definitely he looks like a thumb. Brendan looks like a thumb.
But
For a
only,
heavyweight,
only because of his size.
Well, he's got a.
if he was 5'10", we wouldn't give him a second look.
No, that's stupid. He's
That's fair.
got the hair.
That's
He's
fair.
got the.
Honestly, Callan now fantasizing about Brendan. He's got the hair. Callan fantasizing, like, honestly, like. This is the kind of thing that you do even when you're younger. Is cringe. You know, that's the thing that's really interesting. Even when you're younger, doing something like this is kind of cringe. So I can't imagine how more cringe it is doing it when you're older. You know? Doing stuff like this when you're younger is very cringe. Doing it when you're like 40 and above, hello?
Full mouth.
He does have
He's
a full head of
He's a
hair,
good look.
A
Girls,
positive attitude,
I
too.
call him hungry eyes because women
Positive
love
attitude.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he's what are you, 6'3"?
6'4",
almost
Baba. It's a
6'5".
legit 6'4" with the
6'5".
shoes on.
Look.
Hey, hold on.
Is he 6'5" or 6'4"? Brendan was all the line with the height. if Brendan's 6'3", I think, on a good day, or maybe even 6'2". Now he's 6'5". What?
What are you, 6'3"?
6'4", Baba. It's a legit 6'4" with the
6'5".
shoes on.
Look.
Hey, hold on.
With shoes on, 6'5".
Okay, shoes on. And that's what they see, right? I'm not walking around a club barefoot.
It's still some 7 feet.
But who's walking around barefoot?
Yeah, right.
Whoever does that, like who lists their height as what they are in shoes? You got caught in a lie there and tried to make it sound alright. Whoever says, if you ask somebody their height, they don't tell you their height in shoes as like their actual height. It's just their height without shoes, because that's your actual height. Duh. Like, if not, you'd put a disclaimer and say, okay, cool, I'm 6'10" in fucking Dr. Martin Jaden boots. What a weird thing to say. I'm 6'5" in shoes. No one's gonna not see me in shoes. Okay.
If I'm the beach, 6'4".
Yeah.
You know what? I got you on that.
But if he was 5'10", they ain't looking.
No, but he ain't,
Like,
and that's the thing. So you got to get him in there.
That's
He's
like,
definitely in
I'm
there.
honorable mention.
100%.
Yeah. Dana might mix it, but I'm
Thompson's an absolute cutie pie. But in this dating profile, a lot of girls are swiping the other way because you just didn't make the 6
let's
foot
just
cut.
be honest. Look, all I had to hear was Misha Tate say that I was the best looking guy in MMA.
Well,
that's it.
You just won.
That's it. That's
You
it.
just fucking
I was.
won.
Oh, Brendan's gonna be mad at that. Brendan gonna be happy about that. Brendan ain't gonna be happy about that one. Brendan ain't gonna be happy to hear that one. Misha Tate thought Josh Thompson was the most handsome. Brendan's sitting there thinking, what about me? What about me?
Good.
Was
What
that
she
after
said.
a knockout, though?
Fucking hell. That's hate, innit? That's real hate. Was that after the knockout? Real hate there. Real fucking hate on display.
What do you mean?
Like, did she get knocked out and then say that?
I don't know when she said it, but
No,
it didn't
no.
matter to me.
I get it.
don't give a
Girls,
shit.
No, you're
there's
a
no
handsome
doubt you're a
bastard.
handsome. I've
Yeah.
said it. I've said it many times. Now,
But being handsome
how
in
tall is
UFC is,
Jovan?
you know,
It's not that hard.
it's like being hot in the WNBA. You know, it's like, okay. Like, you're the hottest softball chick. Okay.
That's funny.
Great.
Well, how tall is Jovan? Tell me,
He's
short.
got to be 6'1".
God,
Yeah.
6
at
foot
least
6'1".
six.
Yeah,
Well, that's a game. That's
He's
a
a good
problem.
looking dude.
Well, but he was a Versace.
He was a Versace model. I
Versace
think.
Like,
Yeah.
legit Versace.
Yeah, I think it was Versace.
Luke
model.
Rockhold was fucking Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren.
Or Tommy.
No, Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
no,
Ralph Lauren.
let's be honest. When Luke is a legit 6'3",
Yeah, he is.
and it doesn't get better looking. Well, listen, when you want
Still starts behind her.
It's not hair loss. It's like facial gain.
Yeah, yeah,
He's just
yeah.
gaining more face as it goes back.
fact.
That
Yeah,
hair is just going.
Well, I don't know.
It's
Bring him
almost
up.
gone.
Bring him up. He's still. He's gonna
Chin's
hold
over
on to
here
that
laughing
hair.
his
No, you
ass
can
off
tell it's
right
getting
now.
a little light.
It's a little
yeah, I
light.
noticed that myself.
But he'll hold
It's-
on to it. Hey, he might. He's got to get it when he gets a hair transplant. Forget it.
Well, he could go to
Turkey. Get the turkey
all
touch.
day.
Get the Turkish touch up.
Listen. This kid is.
They get.
It's starting to go.
And he's
I,
wearing glasses.
I think he went and did get something done though for his hair, which is smart for him.
Maybe I hope so.
Masvidal
He's a
did.
good looking dude. The
Yeah,
fact that he's 6'3" though kills it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
and he's just shredded all the
Yeah.
time, and he's a
Yeah.
fun dude.
He's
He's the
best.
funnest. Yeah,
He's the best.
Almost
He's-
too much fun.
He's trouble.
Look at him.
Like,
Yeah,
go back.
yeah,
go,
he's
yeah,
nothing
look
but
at all
trouble.
that. That's.
I mean,
He's 42 years old. That's why he looks like that.
Yeah.
But swipe right. There you go. There's the next reel. The next reel is like just BBC 157, like
Just the whole
Testamorland. It's got all this
a whole
stuff.
bunch of shit.
Can you?
He's the
I
best.
can't even imagine. Like you. Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, you see how he's just legitimately 6'3". Too.
when you
He's just
live this
taller.
lifestyle, though, this is a.
Oh, that's a little shot at Brendan. That's a little shot at Brendan. He's legitimately 6'3". Yeah, so if Brendan says he's 6'5" in shoes, how tall is Luke Rockhold? Is Luke Rockhold 7 foot? That's a little shot there at Brendan. He's legitimately 6'3". Again, this fantasy with men and size is just so weird to me, man. It's so weird. This like infatuation with other men and their physicality, and it's like, God, like what is all this, man? Like, it's almost like a weird inferiority complex as well. It's like, why do you even care? Like, make whatever you have shine. If you're 5'2", make that work for you. If you've got a big head, make it work for you. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's what men do. Men may just make it work. That's one of the happy things that we don't have that women have, right? Women have a lot more insecurities. There's a lot more pressure with them, in society, and just with them in terms of their gender and how they talk about each other. With men, it doesn't really matter. Like, one eye, one arm, in a wheelchair, no legs. You make it work, bro. You figure it out. You make it work. You don't stand there like, oh, he's got bigger head, he's taller. You don't do that shit. You don't do that bitch shit. If you want to go Turkey and get your hairline done, you get it done. If you want to go bald, you go bald. You just figure it the fuck out. You don't cry like a fucking baby, and you don't wank over another man's looks. You don't wank over another man's looks. No wanking over another man's looks. Unless you're gay, obviously, and then you can wank as much as you want.
A fun lifestyle. This is a fun lifestyle.
I remember when my wife.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been in a long time.
Yeah,
I walked in.
He's 40 what?
41 or 42.
It's time to, you Bubba? You know it?
I walked in about 10 years ago.
Judging.
My first wife.
Look at Brendan judging Luke Rockhold because he can't live that life. Brendan trying to judge Luke Rockhold and tell him he needs a family. No, he doesn't. You have a family, and your life is completely kind of, what's that word called? Your life is completely dictated to you by your kids, which is a good thing, not a bad thing, isn't it, right? To have your life dictated by your kids, but not everyone has to do that life. Not everyone has to live their life where they're dictated by their children. Not everyone has to do that. So, no. Oh, Luke Rockhold is 40. Like, now you're trying to lifestyle shame him. He needs kids now. He needs to settle down. Does he, though? Does he? If Brendan could get away living like Luke Rockhold, he definitely would. But he can't. Here we are. Which is okay as well. It's perfectly fine too, by the way. Perfectly fine. Don't lifestyle judge.
She was with 3 of her very hot friends.
Is that like a flex? My first one.
My first wife was a big model.
Of course it's a flex. He does all the time. I don't think have you ever met a man who's dated a model who hasn't told you? I don't think I've ever met a man in my single life who's dated an actual model who's never not told anyone that they dated a model. Men love to drop that line. Oh yeah, some girl I dated. I used to date a model. Shut up, man. You're not with her now, are you, you dickhead? You're not with her now. I don't give a fuck. Also, I'm not impressed. I don't care. I don't want to fuck you. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you telling me? Oh, she was a big model. She was a big model. All right, congratulations.
She was like,
okay, man. There you go, my man.
Yeah, beautiful. And she walked in. She was with her very hot model friends in New York. Mm-hmm. And I walk in with Tarek and Luke, and Luke is wearing a polo shirt with white pants, a blue polo shirt tucked into white pants, with loafers at 6'3". And I've never seen my wife instinctually I walk in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
She's salivating.
And she goes like this. She just goes
salivating.
She goes, oh, he's cute. And looks right at her friend who was single. She goes, yeah. And I was like, that's the reaction.
Yeah, that's reality.
And the friend better be
the reality of it all.
The friend better be a 10.
She was 100% in the mix.
And a positive attitude.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah.
The thing, Luke was such a good fucking fighter.
He was.
Oh, so fucking good.
I remember I went to AKA and just watched him take like NCAA champs, like 185 pounds, just wreck them, just tying people up.
Are you excited for Sunday?
I am. I'm going to be in Denver, so I got to film from the hotel.
What's in Denver?
My son, lacrosse. So like they're on the number 5 team in the country.
Phone, brother.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's on the number 5 team in the country for lacrosse.
Travel ball lacrosse. All East Coast. Just East all
Coast.
The lacrosse on the East Coast. I mean, Texas is getting big. Lacrosse getting big in Texas.
Yeah, man. So SMU right now is in the process of making a D1 team.
Damn, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So they're trying to beat the University of Texas to it. I hope they do because actually most of the best players, especially the younger generation, I think are coming out of the Dallas area.
Yep.
So
there's a lot of talent in Dallas.
So my kid plays for the Texas Nationals.
So you'll miss the.
I'll see the fights. It's on Sunday, so I'm just staying an extra day in Denver, so I can actually watch the fights and then cover it that night.
You can't. I mean, the biggest show. I mean,
are you guys doing a fight campaign for it?
No, we don't do those anymore.
Yeah. Why?
It's just he's always gone. I like being at home. I'm here 5 days a week as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laziness, man. Laziness. Do it by yourself. There's plenty of people doing UFC watch-along fight, UFC fight card, UFC watch-alongs, right? What they call watch-alongs or fight companions? Whatever, fight companions. Plenty of people doing fight companions on their own, out there on YouTube. Plenty of people. The biggest one probably MMA Guru. He sits there on his own, yapping away into my people love it. Brendan being a former fighter, all the controversy around him as well. He did pretty well on those shows. I think he'd get some pretty good numbers on those shows. Obviously keep the chat members only. You don't want to have people fucking abusing you. Because it's fucking Brendan. But there's no reason why he shouldn't be doing a UFC fight card companion fight along, whatever the fucking thing is called. He should definitely do it. He's just too fucking lazy, and he always seems to need help, you know, and assistance and like a cast of people to kind of do these things. But he could easily do it on his own. But with Brendan, that would also mean having to be off his phone for 4 hours, and he can't do that. He had to be checking his phone, so he can't be off his phone for 4 hours and come up with original takes that aren't stolen from Luke Thomas and BC and Helwani and shit. So yeah, that's probably why.
Well, if you decide to do it, man, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll make the trip. It's not far. It's
Yeah.
closer than it was from LA to
That is
San Jose.
true.
Who's fighting
That is
this
true.
weekend?
It literally took me a
Fuck
couple
you.
hours.
Fuck you. Who's fighting? The
This
UFC
guy.
White House card.
The White House card.
Told
know
you,
this.
Jen, I called it on Big
Yeah,
Brown
yeah, you
Breakdown.
did, you
I go.
Gosh.
This is how casual Brian is.
It's this.
Honestly, man, it's just the sandals are offensive. It's like, why are you doing this to us, man? Why is he doing this to us? Why does he do this to us? Also, wow, that camera is very like warped, isn't it? But why does he do this to us? Why does Brian Callen do this to us? Why? What have we done to him to deserve this? What have us viewers, us hate watchers done to have Brian do this to us? Why do we do this?
Who's fighting? The
This
UFC
guy.
White House card.
The White House card.
Told you,
this.
Jen, I called it on Big
Yeah,
Brown
yeah, you
Breakdown.
did, you
I go.
Gosh.
This is how casual
It's-
Brian is.
it's this.
I'm gonna ask
love
him
it.
what he's gonna do this weekend. He won't know. The
No,
UFC White
I'll
House
be in-
card is
I'll be in
Sunday.
Mexico, Bubba.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
gonna watch it. My nephew's a freak for it.
I mean, UFC.
I'll be in Mexico. He's such a rich boy, isn't it? He's such a rich old man, isn't it? He's such a wealthy older guy. You can tell he comes from a wealthy family. The amount of family trips they go on together is just so bizarre. It's some Succession shit. I can't remember the last time I went on a holiday with my family. He goes on holiday with his mum and dad and his fucking nephews and like I think it's like every 2 months. It was like every 2 months, Brian's dad just like books them a holiday somewhere. All expenses paid. Fair enough, by the way. If you got the money, good on you, do it. But it's such an interesting thing to do, like having your dad take you on holiday in your 60s. No, it's like giving you spending money, paying for your fucking flight. It's just, I don't know, it just feels weird. It's like you're 60 plus years old and you have your dad taking you on holiday. It's fucking hilarious. With your wife and your kids and everything else.
I
White
just
House?
didn't realize it's crept up. So
I don't know if you
quickly.
can watch it.
Bubba, I didn't know it
They don't
crept up
have
so
Paramount in
Huh?
Mexico. I don't know if
I'll
you can watch
get it. God,
You had a
it's
VPN?
It's a big one.
Big up Black American. Mexican martial arts does solo watch for longs all alone. Shorb is uncreative. I think he could do some of the Slow Joe 2 a month and it could be a fun hate watch. Exactly, yeah. Honestly. Get Slow Joe on there. Tell her to wear a fucking... Tell Slow Joe to put a fucking... Tell Slow Joe to get her cleavage out. Like, honestly. This is when it matters. This is when the grind matters. If I'm Brendan, get Slow Joe to put a fucking crop top on. Make sure she doesn't eat that week or get some of the peptides. Tell her to fucking squeeze her tits together in a tight little top. Tell her to put on those leggings with the fucking thing that make your bum cheeks split. And then she has to like be on camera just giggling. And then she stands up from time to time to get you a drink. Oh, you need a drink? Okay, no problem. She stands up, leans into the camera, walks away from the camera, clear sight of view of her bum. Yo, the Simps would pay bare money, bro. Like, honestly, you guys are broke now. You're downsizing your house. You're selling all your cars. This is the time to grind. The time to grind and to lean into whatever you have. Like, figure it out. Like, they'd make so much money. Yes, you're objectifying your wife, but she objectifies herself every day for free anyway. Your wife objectifies herself for free. You might as well gain something from it. Plus, you're there next to her anyway. Like, he did make a killing. She came back giving him drinks. They flirt a little bit. Do their little shit. The parasocials in the TPK community love it and shit. It do so well. It would do so well, bro. It would do so well. But hey, here we are.
Hold on.
It's a big one.
It's
Yeah, good point. Good point, Josie. Exactly. Slow Joe would outshine them, so she did the thing with living before she met. Yeah, true. That's a good point. Maybe he wouldn't like that. Imagine the chat starts liking Slow Joe more. They want to hear more about her. She actually has good takes and stuff, or she's funny, and she rolls with the punches, or she's like, or she has a. Imagine if Slow Joe ends up actually having thicker skin than Brendan. She's actually able to like joke around. She takes a piss out of the trug walk thing. Like, that'd be fucking hilarious. Like, she ends up being like a favorite. Brendan would hate that if everyone started to love Slow Joe. Like, oh my god, she's actually kind of cool.
the biggest.
But you know,
There will never be a bigger card.
Question is, does it break 17 million views?
Yes. Yes.
But it's
So
only,
it does-
but it only
Gina Raimondo.
because, but guys, only
it
because
beats Super Bowl numbers.
It beat Super. Hold on. What's the total viewership numbers for Super Bowl 2020? What? 2026 or 2025? 2026, right? Brendan Schaub thinks the UFC for White House fight card is gonna break Super Bowl numbers. He thinks they're gonna be able to get 125 plus million streams or views. Are you for real? I don't even watch NFL. I don't even watch the UFC like that. And even I know this is not possible. Even I know this is not possible. There's no way that UFC White House fight card gets 120 plus million views. No way. No fucking way. What a horrible take. No way that show gets 120 views. No way. No way.
No way.
But
I bet
only
it-
only
I
because
bet
it's
it
at the
does
White
Super-
House. Though.
It can't be Super Bowl numbers.
No, it can because it's on CBS.
But only
I thought
'cause
it's not on Paramount then.
It is on Paramount. They're doing. I think they're doing either the main event or they're doing some portion on CBS, and then the rest is on Paramount Plus.
but only because it's at the White House, right?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, exactly. Big up Black American. Good point. Good point. And invite her audience. Exactly. That would be great. Exactly. Some people in the chat asking her questions about like raising the kids and whatever else it may be. Her drinking a bit of Chardonnay. Yes, exactly. It'd be vibes, Brendan. Like you said, uncreative. Like she'd be getting on his nerves a little bit. The dynamic would work pretty well. He would absolutely like uncreative, and he doesn't want that. Probably just doesn't want her having the limelight as well. Probably doesn't want to having too much of the limelight. But if they did a fight companion where she popped in from time to time, shaked her tits around and shit, was a bit flirty, got a bit silly, maybe trolled Brendan a little bit, it would do fucking numbers. It would do numbers. It would probably get more views than fucking T5K does.
I don't know. I'd be surprised.
Surprise what? It
Brian,
beats, it beats
Brian,
Netflix numbers?
It's not going to be.
I need to know.
No, I don't think it beats. I'm saying does around it.
Yeah.
Brian, how do you feel about
You said it will beat it. You just said it will beat it. Now you're stepping back. It won't do around 100 million views. No way. No way.
this?
About the White
card
House.
at the White House. The card at the White House. How do you feel about
How do I feel about the fights? How excited I am, or,
it?
or the card?
About the card.
I think it's in
about
keeping.
the UFC being at the White House.
I think it's in keeping with America today. I think it's in keeping with what one has to do to get views, and I think it's in keeping with living in a culture where getting views and getting eyeballs is everything.
But isn't
anything
that a
else.
product of Trump though? Because
Yeah.
he's like me, eyeballs.
Sure.
What would do it?
Oh, of
Hey
course.
Dana, we're boys. Let's put it on at the
Of
White House.
course.
Insane card.
It's also,
which I'm grateful
it's also
they're
very
doing it.
smart of Dana and them to do. You know, Luke
Shin,
Thomas
real
talking
quick,
about how it's a very political thing.
When you go back, real quick, I want to talk about that, B. But real quick,
Why is he answering the question? Look at Brian's face. Didn't Josh Thompson ask him a question? And now you're interrupting and telling him not to say that. He got asked to answer a question. Brennan interrupts him as he's answering it, then tells him, hey, let's switch to something else. Don't talk about that.
when you go back, so was this Google? So it's no UFC Freedom 250 is not simulcast.
What's this Google? He's so offended. How does Google trigger him? How does he get so pissed off with Google? He hates Mark Zuckerberg so much, isn't it? What's this Google? What is this good? No, well, Mark Zuckerberg's not really good, but you know what I mean. He hates it. What's this Google? It's not gonna be real. It's not gonna be real. It's not real. The search results are too woke. The search results on Google are too woke.
Across both CBS and Paramount. Here's where you know this is bullshit. The preliminary both CBS and Paramount. Here's where you know this is bullshit. The
Hairs.
simulcast across both CBS and Paramount. Here's where you know this is bullshit. The preliminary fights may air on CBS. There are no prelims.
Oh yeah,
So that's why you gotta be careful with Google.
just do ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always use chat. I don't use Google AI.
But what were you, Luke Thomas saying it's political?
Yes,
It is political.
It is political. I mean, it is.
There's no way.
Wait. Okay, so
But I don't care that it's political.
you can
Actually,
say
I'm gonna say
you
something
can
about
say
that.
It's political.
Finally, he's being honest. Okay, finally, he's being honest. That's what he should have said at the beginning. I know it's political, but I don't care. That's what he should have said. So that all the other stuff about it's brilliant because it's America's birthday and it's the UFC and it's historic. Shut up.
Political.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. If if Dana White, if Obama was say, hey, let's do a fight at the White House, you think Dana would have said no?
Agree.
Exactly.
That to me
Exactly.
is
If Biden,
if it was
you say
Biden,
yes.
if they
Agree.
said,
They're not doing it though without Dana, without Donald Trump. That's it. No one's ever gonna do that. Wouldn't even be even entertained. This is a dumb hypothetical. Kamala Harris isn't doing a fucking UFC fight card thing at White House launch. She's not. She's not, mate. Let's be real. She wouldn't do it. This is only happening because Trump is the president, which is okay, whatever. But let's not act like everyone would have done this. They wouldn't have. No one else would have probably done this. Which is, I don't know if that's for the best or for the worst, but let's be real.
First of all, I couldn't agree more.
But the only reason it is why it's getting done is because Trump and Dana are friends.
I understand that, but let's just put that to
I
the
know,
side.
but all I'm saying is that's a good thing.
If any president said, hey, let's do a fight here, the UFC would have been like, fuck yeah,
Of course.
let's
First of all-
do it.
First
no
of all, it's
matter who it
America. It's America. It's patriotic. But the other thing is that it's good business. This is a very
Absolutely.
good business move.
Give me the most watched fight ever.
So
You're going to have so
there we are.
many people that want to see
It's
it
historic.
fail.
It's historic.
You wanna
I don't
see
think there's ever
people-
been
You're going to
a
want to see it succeed.
right. It's historically unique. It's
Now, I have my issues with it. Don't get twisted. I think it's awesome they're doing it. The whole political thing, if you want to be up,
No, you don't have any issues at all. You don't have any issues. You're just trying to shill and bootleg so you can get back in the good graces of fucking UFC, which not gonna ever happen. That's what you're doing. You don't have any issues whatsoever. Don't lie.
upset about Trump and politics, do your fucking thing. I get it.
But here's
as
my-
a fight fan, I don't give a flying fuck. It could be on Epstein Island. I'd watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But what is weird is like
Again, proves that you have no morals and principles. Saying that aloud is crazy. Saying you have no morals or principles and there's nothing that will ever make you not watch a fight because you quote unquote love fighting that much is kind of crazy. So I mean, it's kind of wild.
the oligarchs like sitting around the cage, the people they decide to have there. That's weird. I don't like any of that. I'm not going to boycott it.
yeah. But Bubba, can I?
Yeah, because you don't have any strong positions or views or anything. Like again, he feels strongly about the oligarchs and shit, or the oligarchs, as you say, sitting around the octagon. But it's never not going to make him not watch it. So why do you feel? What do you feel strong? What do you actually feel strongly about? Where is it? Do you ever have a line? Is there ever a line that someone can cross that would ever make you not want to watch or endorse what they do? God damn this guy.
Say something about like what Luke Thomas says where it's political. I will also say this. I believe that the left made it political with their attacks on the UFC. For example, when
What? Is this because he got cancelled? Now he's like anti-left. What the fuck is he talking about? The left made it political by their attacks on the UFC, huh? Didn't Trump make it political because he's Trump? He just is who he is. What the fuck is this take? I'm curious to know what this take is. The left made it political by their attacks on the UFC. What?
the New York Times was writing about how irresponsible Dana White was for holding fights during COVID.
But that was irresponsible. He did it anyway, but it was irresponsible. You could not like it. He did it anyway. But the fact remains, at that particular time of when it happened, looking back with COVID, it's always like hindsight is always great. But it was a serious problem at one point. It did kill a bunch of people at one point. You know, those numbers of death aren't fake. Some of the people obviously maybe died because of natural causes, but those early numbers that we got from COVID were legit as fuck. Like people that were getting it, that were in hospitals. I have family still that have no sense of smell or taste to this day because of that early strain of COVID. Fucked them up, you know. I've got legit family members in my family right now who don't have any sense of smell or taste because of COVID stuff. People had to get their limbs amputated, died and shit. So that shit was real. So if people did have things to say about people that were working as normal, it's to be expected. It's quite admirable that Dana kept the. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't Dana say that not a single person got fired from the UFC during COVID lockdown and shit? That's quite admirable, man. So big up Dana for that at least. I remember him saying like he didn't fire a single person. He didn't fire not one person got furloughed, nothing. So big up to him for doing that. But at that time, someone pointing out, hey, you're being irresponsible by holding these fights. That's perfectly fine. Like he still did them anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. Why are you complaining about that?
Good point.
Okay. And Dana White said, I don't give a fuck what some fucking journalist
And
at
business
the
boom.
New York Times,
Yep.
and neither do I, by the way,
Yep.
who's never done a sport and is fake virtue signaling to get some fucking clicks like they do. And it was a time when the
Jesus Christ, man. Like, chill out. Look at Josh Thompson's face. He's kind of smiling. It's like, I don't think he realizes that Brian's been cancelled, so he's trying to do this like anti-woke, anti-left thing, innit? But Jesus Christ, relax, man. COVID was so long ago. Like, I don't know how he's getting so angry about it still. It's like, relax, let it go. Let it fucking go, man. We all got duped. We all got duped. Just move on and live your life. We all got fucking duped. It is what it is. We've all learned our lesson now. I think most people are saying, me included, are like, hey, I'm not going to let another COVID go on my watch again. You know what I mean? You're not going to get me twice. You got me once, you're not going to get me twice. I don't give a fuck. And people die. But we got duped. We got. It is what it is. But move on. Move fucking on. Oh, yeah.
press lost their credibility, when a lot of institutions lost their credibility. Why?
When you lost your fucking career.
Why? Because they kept children in masks at home.
I know, it's weird.
Okay, there's a lot of shit that went on. And so I believe that
Hold on, you're blaming all of that on the... Hold on, what's his point again? He's saying that the left are the ones that caused the problem of making things political. And this is what he's talking about.
those people who weren't political, like Dana White, who wasn't political,
oh my God, how can you say Dana's not political when he's at the rallies? Honestly, what is this? Like, big up Dana, by the way. He's really good at fucking... I guess that's part of his promoter brain or his skills. He's really good at like changing the fucking conversation. Because why is it even a debate if whether or not he's political or not? I'm really confused. Why is it even a debate, a question that Dana White is political? Wasn't he at the fucking rallies? Introducing fucking Dana White to the stage, Rogan to the stage, hooting and hollering, wearing a fucking suit. The only thing he didn't wear was a MAGA hat. He was on those stages talking, like saying things like, why are we acting like he didn't endorse, like what? Oh, this has never been political for me. What are you doing at the rallies then? What are you doing at the rallies? What are you doing at these conservative, like, I don't get this. I don't, honestly, big up Dana for doing it, by the way. He's a fucking G for making this a part of his conversation. Of like, no, I wasn't there. I wasn't at the rallies. I'm not political. It's actually an ingenious way of kind of making people forget. But I don't know, man. It's kind of weird how everyone's kind of forgetting like the truth.
became political because his survival at one point kind of depended on his rebuttal, kind of depended on him making a stand. So I would ask, if people think it's a political move, I don't know that these people were very political until you took their businesses away from them. Until you kept their kids home.
Until we had to be
until you forced vaccines on people that didn't need them, and maybe some of them didn't do so well as a result. There's a lot of shit that went on that your politics came into my life when I was looking.
Really mad.
Okay. Let's just say he's right? He's obviously screaming and making it all about himself because of what he's got counter for. Let's just say he's right. Let's just give him benefit of the doubt. And let's just say maybe the woke politics, the left-hand side, the Democrats and stuff, whatever, the liberals, they kind of made everything political. So even when stuff like this happens at the UFC fight card, there's no way not to recognize the political stuff because the left likes making everything political, right? Let's just buy that line of thinking. Okay, then what about the other side? What about the other side? Really and truly, like I said before, I don't think Kamala Harris would have had this fight card at UFC. I don't think so. But if she would have had it at the UFC, if she would have had this fight card at the White House, would it have been less politically motivated? Probably not. Would she still be getting criticized? Kamala Harris, she did it. Yes, of course. Especially if the country is still in the state that it's in at the moment with the stock market and the unemployment rates, all this blah, 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 blah. It's really simple to understand. Like, this UFC fight card in the White House thing, number one, I think most people are thinking it's kind of pointless or it's unnecessary given the current state of the country, the world politics, wars and shit. It just feels a bit like weird timing, right? Once you get past the weird timing aspect of it, most people I don't feel like care that much, really. I don't know if that's the same on my social media. Maybe you guys are different. But I don't really feel like people are really caring that much about it. It's just like another fight card. No one's really talking about the importance of it being I mean, everyone's obviously excited to watch the fight card, but I don't really see people really excited about it's at the White House. I mean, not as much as I thought it would be anyway, which is a bit strange. And then, of course, the elephant in the room is that it's during a Trump presidency. No matter how much these guys try and say it's normal, a lot of people don't like that guy. Like, a lot of people, like, you're gonna be like, the internet is gonna turn into fucking Rio de Janeiro fucking carnival. The internet will turn into carnival the moment that fucking guy dies, you know. Like, the amount of people that hate him is like, and then of course on top of that, all the fucking assassination attempts and shit. So some people just maybe, I don't know. I don't get the, I don't know. I don't even feel people have, I feel like the strong feelings against the UFC White House fight card are coming from here. Maybe I'm not consuming enough media, but I don't think any other UFC media I consume, they talk about the UFC fight card with as much ferocity and regularity and conspiracy as these guys. Like, it's not even that deep. People are gonna watch it or they're not gonna watch it. They don't. I mean, it's not that deep, really. Like, all this constant, like, I don't know where the fight goes, but it's not really that interesting of a talking point. It really isn't that interesting of a talking point. I don't think so.
But it's true. Or when my daughter loses scholarships to some kid who's a boy who identifies, and the New York Times and all of the people who are Democratic operatives or left-wing operatives were supporting. So a lot of
You're a fucking rape operative, you fucking donut. What the fuck is this guy talking about, man? Democratic operative. You operate under the fucking proviso that no means yes.
this was most Americans living their lives wanting to see a fight.
That's a good point, B.
And it came on themselves. So
B,
that's my rebuttal.
But B, let me ask you this. What major sport isn't political? Let's go through it. NFL with the whole Black Lives Matter.
Thank you.
The end racism. They're still doing
kneeling during the
whoa, end racism thing. How bad. How utterly fucking shocking. They're trying to end racism. What? How dare they? The whole end racism thing, like, it's such a nuisance. It's such a problem, isn't it? It's such a fucking. It's such a ball ache, isn't it? Oh, here they go again with this whole end racism shit again. Here they go again with this ending racism fucking bullshit.
Kaepernick kneeling. WNBA. They're going to be more
you
political.
think?
Their whole things.
It's impossible not to be political.
How about baseball with the whole? I think it was. It's coming up, and then the Texas Rangers are the only team not participating in it. The whole Gay Pride Month.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
What?
They have to wear the gay flag as their logo.
What?
And the Texas Rangers went, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
They're the only team not doing it. Yeah. So name a league that's not political. NBA? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Thank
you.
you.
Want to talk about NBA?
It's impossible not to be political, but the minute someone like Dana is doing it at the White House and Trump is there, it becomes, it's all.
But you also got to know the history. They're boys. It would be like you, for whatever reason, running as president. I own the UFC, and you're like, buddy, how dope would it be to have a White House card?
know.
I'd be like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah, and I'm a bad person for that.
But we're boys.
Thank you.
There's a relationship before you got president. Of course it's going to happen.
Thank you.
Again, that's not the case. It's just Trump is divisive, man. It is what it is. We're not gonna move past that. No one cares that Dana White and Trump are friends. Trump is divisive. He's done and said a lot of things throughout the years people don't like. Anything he does, especially in the White House. What?
Alpha man babies and white justice warriors.
Basically. That's a good point. Alpha male babies, exactly. That's actually a good point. Alpha male, what exactly? I don't know. I just think it's not even. We're just going in circles. I feel like they talk about this stuff every fucking week, man.
Thank you. That's
all right. Look, enough about that. Let's talk about the fights.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
Ilya
let's go
Taporia
through
and
the
Justin
fights.
Gaethje. Let's go through Justin Gaethje and Ilya Taporia. Did you see Armand bet $1 million on Justin Gaethje to win yesterday?
Who did?
Armand.
Sarukian.
$1 million.
Armand bet $1 million on Justin Gaethje beating Ilya Taporia.
I don't.
Brian Canada. He's got £1 million. Yes, people have money, Brian. You might not be doing well. Brian Brendan might not be doing well, but there's people there that have money. It's funny that every time money's mentioned on this show, they're always like wide-eyed. Like, you can tell they're going through it. Back in the day, they would have never done this, but you can tell they're definitely going through it. They are def going through it.
I don't think it's a terrible bet. I don't.
I don't think it's terrible at either. Now, look, let's be honest. I'm not betting $1 million.
No.
Look,
I wouldn't bet
for the odds. For the odds, I would probably throw 1,000 down. Just to be honest, I'd probably throw 1,000 down. You want to know why?
Justin Gaethje could win by head kick.
So he could win by head kick. He could win by uppercut. He could win by leg kicks. He could find ways to make this fight a lot easier.
Clipped. You know the one fight I would bet on. I want your. I know what you're gonna say because you don't like this dude. My biggest underdog on the card where I think he could win
never gonna
is Michael
happen.
Chandler.
Never gonna
I
happen.
think Huffy's so overrated. Bad cardio. Great striking with bad cardio. Worse cardio than Connor. If Chandler can land a takedown early and drag into the second, third round, I think he can win. And he's a plus 500. He's the biggest dog on the card.
Yeah.
I know you hate Chandler, so take that out of it.
I'll take it out of it.
They
Why do you hate Chandler?
forever. They've never.
I
we
love
will-
Chandler.
Bellator days.
Oh, okay. You guys have beef? Okay.
You know, it's
Sorry.
I love it. I love it.
it'll be for Smurfs. It's all right.
Yeah.
What is he like 5'6"? You're talking about me being 5'10". He's like 5'6".
He is
I
short,
think.
dude.
Yeah, he is short.
But
Yeah, he's a legit 5'8".
I
no,
think
he's
I
not.
think-
He's not
no,
anywhere near
no,
5'8".
fuck,
No,
He's not 5'8".
No.
I think Chandler's.
Walks. He like runs around on Air Force One, so he gained 2 inches.
He's not
Like, he's
5'8".
not tall. He's
No
like
chance.
5'6". He might be 5'5".
But the point is I think he a plus 500.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's the most live dog on the card. I think Huffy's so overrated. But
Keep-
Like, I was in your hand. Better than
It's the past. It's like a bullet phone booth. He had success on Saturday night based off the fact that every time he fought him in a phone booth, he made it a dirty, grimy fight, pressed him to the fence, and kept the pressure. Bonfim didn't have success. As soon as he pushed him backwards. Have we got to the point, though, now where the guys that he's fought over his last 3 fights, they're all tall, they're all long, they're all bigger, they're all lanky, they're all younger. Are they just better fighters right now?
Yeah.
Because he's at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Let's not make excuses.
Yeah.
Maybe just those younger guys. Ian Gary's a fucking savage.
Dude,
Okay? And this guy,
nightmare.
Bonfim, young, big, huge for the weight.
athletic as shit.
Athletic.
My thing is, it's all good.
I
Like
understand.
Bilal did his thing, dude.
Yeah.
He was champ. Like,
I
it's all,
thought-
yeah,
I
maybe
thought
those
he
guys
did
are
a
bigger and they're younger.
I
It's
thought he
tough.
fought a great fight. It just wasn't enough to get it done. It might just be that these younger guys, they're
That's
just better
fair.
right now.
That's fair.
And that's
But-
okay.
but
That's a fair assessment.
he also didn't mix it up.
No, he
Like,
didn't.
remember, a lot of success he had against Leon Edwards was he was mixing it.
Yeah.
Leon didn't know what the fuck.
But I wonder
Yeah.
if that's because he can't get close enough to shoot. I wonder if it's because when he would shoot. So this is the other thing I noticed. When you're a certain
You see how Brian actually notices things and watches the fights. You don't hear Brendan talking like this. Brian actually watches fights like how we watch. You notice things. Brendan just goes with like. Brendan just tries to do the hot take thing. Let me do the hot take thing. Let me have a hot take. Let me have a hot take. But you're a former fighter. You should have more nuance. There should be more. You know what I mean? There should be more insight, more knowledge, at least. Maybe. I don't know. Like, goddamn, girl. Give us something.
age and you shoot for a double, right?
Pardon?
When you're younger, that explosiveness catches them. When you're that age, you know, someone who's younger and more athletic has a chance
Not if
to
you set
get
it
his
up.
hand,
Not
get
if you set it
underhooks.
up with your hands first.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
when you got to set it up.
Yeah.
You have to
You gotta
think
get
of
savvy
it.
with it.
You have to think of it in terms of, we had this conversation about Conor and Habib. It's like, oh, Conor's going to fight with the range. He's going to keep the distance, the speed. He's got the power. I said, Habib is going to make him, he's going to threaten the takedown so much.
He's
It's
gonna
going to make
catch him.
Conor hesitant. It's going to make Conor hesitant. That one hesitation can either get Conor knocked out or it just leads to a takedown.
Yep.
Because he's either got to drop his hands to defend or he's got to protect his chin to the last second. So there's choices that stand-up fighter has to make in the moment. And I think if Bilal would have just came in and dictated the pace of the fight from the jump,
And mix it
like
up.
feints,
Yep.
up and down, lowering the level, big shots, overhands, head kicks, come back, double leg, press the single, lift, scoop, couldn't get it, cool. Drop back down on the legs.
Even if you're not successful, at
Yes.
least the threat is there.
But
When
I
he's worrying
mean,
about.
that has to start in the beginning of your camp.
100%.
But
with your
he's done
team.
that before. I would be willing to bet his team had that plan and he just didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I
Because
bet.
look at the JDM fight. He didn't start wrestling until round 4.
Crazy.
Sometimes you wonder maybe you've been dealing with an injury. You don't have the cardio. You didn't get a chance to train.
Could be
the
an
way you
injury,
wanted.
but he could be injured going the fight. But
Yeah.
you know, most fighters are going to bring it.
You never
Is there a fight on this card you're more excited about
The
than
very
others?
first fight of the night.
Really? That's your
Diego
number one?
Lopez and Steve
Not-
Garcia. I think Steve Garcia is getting overlooked. I think Diego
Agreed.
Lopez with the 2 title fights came up short.
Yep.
That fight to me, that's why it's in that number 1 position.
Agreed.
You want to know why?
Fight of the night.
Everyone shows up. I think it ends up being fight of the
It's
night.
gonna be fight of the
Really?
night. Yeah, I think that's fight of the night. And then, but I think the best matchup on the card, Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia is a good argument for it. But it's Poatan Ciryl. To me, that's so intriguing.
It's
now. Ciryl, I'm not hating on Ciryl. I've never gone to a Ciryl fight weekend and been like, I can't wait to see him fight. Never.
Yeah, he's always hated. Again, you see how he's you see in the beginning how he spoke about he said, casuals or people that haven't fought should watch how they speak about UFC fighters. I feel like Brendan is way ruder, way more I feel like Brendan is way more disrespectful to other fighters than even the media or bloggers or like YouTubers and shit. Because you're a former fighter. Imagine hearing another former fighter say, "Oh, I never get excited to watch your fights." Imagine how much more that's gonna sting, how much that's gonna hurt coming from another fighter. Former fighters shouldn't talk about active fighters like that. There should be a level of like respect and decorum and like whatever, and general manners. He's actually kind of rude in a weird way. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's for nothing as well. Why does he like hate Cyril Gane so much? No idea. Like, oh, I've never gone to a fight week when he's fighting and won and felt excited. Never. It's like, what? Who cares if you feel excited? Who are you? That's why I'm curious if someone actually showed him this sort of stuff, because like you talk about, you know what I mean? You talk about casuals being rude or being disrespectful, but you are way more disrespectful.
Never.
Boy, I liked him in the first round against
Tom Aspinall. I'm glad you can remember that name.
yeah, I always forget his name.
Remember his name.
I like that first round, man, with him. I know
in
he
the fucking eyes. He kicked him in the nuts, but sure.
But boy, did he look good. He looked good.
Yeah, but again, he's not like this scary knockout artist.
No.
Good athlete, great footwork, looks the part.
Speed.
So I was talking to Andy Foster, and Andy Foster, we were talking about it was right.
I want him to fight so badly. I'd love to see Cyril. I'd love to see Brendan try his luck with Cyril in the ring. I'd love to see it. Cyril will fuck him up so badly. I'd love to see it. Because he really doesn't rate him at all. I'd love to see Brendan try and roll with Cyril Gane. I'd love to see it so badly. So badly.
After the Tom Aspinall eye poke and growing shot. And he said, I want you to know that 95% of the fouls are committed by the same people. So eye pokes and growing shots, 95% of the fouls are committed by the same people.
Really?
They're criminals.
Yeah.
No,
he said they're serial eye pokers. They're serial growing kickers.
Is that from
fence
Muay
grabs.
Thai? Is that from Cyril Gane?
They're criminals. He's such a snitch. They're criminals.
It's just
Fighting
his
words.
natural
You
reaction
know what?
is
John
to,
Jones' excuse. Muay Thai. They don't eye poke.
Exactly, Coyle. He always says this isn't hate and then hate. Exactly. It's all like that line. What's that line people say? Don't mean to be rude, right? Don't mean to be rude. Don't need to be rude, but you're definitely going to be rude.
Okay, Muay Thai.
Well, there's a lot of this.
What are you talking about?
Hands out
No.
like this.
What are you talking about? No, you can't poke in the fucking eyes of
But
any
you're
sport.
still,
But they also wear gloves. Muay Thai wears
Yeah, they wear
Yeah.
gloves.
They wear gloves.
They do wear gloves.
Small gloves, yeah, but
They
they
wear-
wear gloves.
Is there anything where that, what is it? I
Hey,
guess not
hey,
French
hey,
kickboxing.
Hey,
No, but
you're doing it again.
no, hold on.
doing it
What is he
No,
doing?
hold
Talk
on.
to me.
Hold on.
What's he doing?
He tries
What I mean
to
is with
validate
Muay Thai,
for
with Muay Thai, if your
poking
hands are
eyes.
here,
He's
no,
not
but look,
intentionally
look.
meaning to do it.
No. With Muay Thai, when you're here with gloves, right?
Yeah.
You're covered, so you're not thinking about it. When your style is
hand's
this,
still not open,
Bubba,
Brian.
your hand style is this.
Nope.
You're moving guys out back.
Hey,
kicking,
Brian,
punching.
nobody boxes like this. You can't do it in the glove.
He's not saying that. He's not saying that.
Brian,
This.
no one does this.
There's plenty of people that do that. There's plenty of people. I think even MVP does that. There's plenty of people in the UFC who box like that. Slapping hands away, bringing their hands forward. There's plenty of people that do that. Even in women's fighting, I don't know what he's talking about. There's plenty of people that put their hands, maybe not like that, like a high five, but they definitely put their hands out like that. Plenty of people that do that. Plenty of people do that.
You see that? I see that with Muay Thai. Guys here touching.
You're thinking of the movie
Catching.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, you're thinking
Remember
movies.
when he was like this? Bloodsport.
Look at me.
You're
That's
thinking
more
movies.
your era. That's like my.
Guys,
it's like,
guys, I've seen this with
I
Muay
should
Thai.
say our era.
You've seen this.
Not
and
with gloves on.
when you have gloves on, Bubba, your hands are here. You're catching.
No, that's not. You have wraps, Brian. So no one's gonna have their hands open.
But I'm
like
saying
this.
if you're not worried about your fingers, if your whole career.
Okay, then why doesn't
When you're
everybody?
hearing
eye
it,
poke?
now you're
then,
having-
then why doesn't everybody?
Because they do MMA. They don't do. He was primarily a striker, right? What was Cyril Gane for the most part? His whole
Yeah, he's
career,
a
never a
striker.
wrestler.
Yeah, striker.
His wrestling's terrible.
Hold on, but so was Poatan. World champion.
I understand.
2-time.
Now there's a
You know
little
how many
bit
eye
of
pokes he's
difference.
had?
I know, Bubba, but here's why I got Cyril Gane on this. Very simply,
I can't believe you're sympathizing with an eye poke.
I'm not sympathizing.
No, you are. You're making excuses. It's so crazy
I don't think
to
it's
me.
cheating though.
He
This is
is
great.
Brian.
Sympathizing with an iPhone.
I don't think it was cheating.
That
I
was
think
great.
it was. I don't think it's
It's
cheating.
bona fide cheat. It's literally in the rule.
Well, I
book.
mean, I understand, Bubba. I understand. I'm saying I think it was accidental. Is what I'm saying. I don't think
Every
it's-
fight though.
I don't think it's.
Have you seen how many times he's done it?
It's a problem. It's a big problem. I think it's a bad habit.
Yeah. It is.
I think it's this. Now wait. So I got
God, you're
no.
cuck.
Go ahead. Let's talk. Let's hear.
God, dog.
tell me.
Why can't I give him the benefit?
Tell me why.
Because he's notorious.
Why is he going to win?
He's
Why
going
is
to
he
win.
gonna
He's going to. I think he's going to piece Pajera up. And this
Really?
is yeah, a couple reasons. Pajera.
Look, I'm not against this at all. I'm actually, I'm leaning a little bit.
Pajera plods forward. Pajera plods forward. Boom, boom, and then bang, bang, bang. You do that against a guy who's 265, who's as athletic as he is, who does not do that, who stands on the outside
He has
and
good
will
footwork.
piece you the fuck
That's
up
his
with his
best
jab.
tool because he can, for 25 minutes he can move.
That's right, and he's
Chin-
he'll kick you.
Chin, can
hard.
you pull up the weight of Cyril Gane? Because I think by the time they fight, I think Alex may weigh 1 or 2 pounds more.
That
than
may
him.
be
Cyril
true.
Gane's not
That-
265.
But that may be true. I always say this though: Cyril Gane's never getting down to 205.
He's 248.
Yeah, he's
So
never.
I think that he will. I think Alex may be around that.
Alex is
250.
242.
242.
240, but he said he's actually even be below that.
Okay.
I'm gonna fast forward a bit. This is too boring. I'm gonna fast forward a bit. Let me scroll the timestamps. Oh my god! Plus I've only got like what 45 minutes. Oh, my first game of the World Cup is on as well, isn't it? Shit! I need to go to the gym. Is that on TV? Can I maybe should I do a watch along for that? The World Cup game is on, isn't it? Fuck. Mexico v South Africa. Yeah, it is. It's on TV. It's on ITV1. Amazing. Okay, cool. So watch this. Let's do a bit more. Let's do let's switch over. Let me do American Redact, and then we'll switch over, and I'll end this stream and I'll start a football one, and then I want to go gym because I want to at least get the first football World Cup game on the do a little reaction watch along of the first World Cup game. That'd be pretty good. Big up Negative Aura. Big up Negative Aura. I'm guessing you're saying thank you because I stopped watching T-Fat-K, in it, right? I think you're saying thank you because I stopped watching T-Fat-K. But I no worries. I feel bad, to be fair, because I shouldn't have been lazy. I'm lazy. I shouldn't have not been lazy, and actually I should have tried to make some timestamps. It's my bad, man. I really do apologize. I should have got some timestamps sorted out. I really should have got some timestamps sorted out. So apologies for that. Apologies for that. Apologies for that. But let's do maybe some American Redact questions. Let's switch up a little bit because this show is fucking, oh my god, it's making my eyes bleed. Let's do maybe some American Redact. Big up everybody tuning in, by the way. Smash like, hit subscribe. Smash like, hit subscribe, please. Oh, what's going on here? Smash like, hit subscribe if you can. American Redact. Let's go there. Yeah, Comedy Fraud, the worst comedy special of the year. By the way, I've got my upload already on my channel too, on Taz. Check it out. I got mine on Taz. Check it out, please. I got mine on Taz. I'll do a reaction probably tomorrow. I'll put that on Patreon. You can watch it there for free probably because it's so fucking shit. But let's go. Big up American Redact, the worst comedy special of the year. Muted.
Immigration is amongst us, people. It's a real thing. It hits close to home. My own head housekeeper came up to me just this week. She goes, "My niece got picked up by immigration this weekend. Back in October, you told me to tell everyone I know to vote for this president. Do you think maybe you can help?" And I looked her right in her eyes and I go, "Juanita, the guest bedroom bathroom toilet is clogged."
All right, so it looks like Tony Hinchcliffe, who you might recognize as the zesty host and founder of Kill Tony, just
Zesty host and founder. That's actually worse than calling someone gay. Calling somebody a zesty host is actually worse than calling them gay. He started off his show by saying he's not gay. He started off his fucking special, which I thought was a good joke, by the way. Started saying that I am not gay. You know? Why are you gay? I'm not gay anymore.
just released a brand new comedy special on Netflix recently titled Man of the People. And unsurprisingly enough, it was so weird and terrible that you honestly can't even consider it as comedy. If anything, it was more of like a boring racist TED Talk with audience participation and
Jesus Christ. Is that what he's gonna be known for now? Tony Hitchcock's legacy is just being racist. I never thought about that actually. That's true, isn't it? Is that his legacy now? He's just gonna be known as as an unfunny racist comedian. All the good work he's done with Kill Tony, by the way, right? All the good work he's done with Kill Tony, all the careers he's made with that show, the fact that that show went from being in the fucking belly room of the Comedy Store to now in the Madison Square Garden, streamed live on Netflix, all this amazing stuff he's done with that show. All the great moments have come from it. But now, because of his recent kind of shift to the right, he's now going to be forever known as the unfunny racist comedian. Brutal. Or the unfunny, the zesty unfunny, or the unfunny zesty racist comedian.
Involved.
You have black friends? What's one of their names? Sean. Wow, perfect. Deshaun. Now I believe you.
I mean, it was very clearly tailored for an audience that enjoys predictable racial stereotype jokes, pro-ICE talking points, and an endless stream of glaze for Donald Trump. But to make it even worse, there weren't even any clever punchlines. Like, he would just say a racial stereotype out loud and expect a massive roar from the audience.
I study all the different cultures, and coming from an all-black neighborhood, you learn a lot. What's a big stereotype about black guys? Here's one that you've probably heard. Black men love eating chicken. And my studies show that that's true. Black men do love eating chicken. We all love eating chicken, but black men fucking love eating chicken.
And so, being that Tony has over 20 years of experience on stage, you would think that he'd be able to come up with a joke a little more creative than black people love eating chicken, especially on his huge official Netflix special. But that's actually the part a lot of people, including the executives at Netflix, are missing. Tony Hinchcliffe is not a comedian. He's in fact merely the host of an extremely popular talent show.
That's the thing, isn't it? That's a really good point. We forget that most of the stuff that we see from Tony in terms of stand-up, or do it when it comes to jokes, is him being funny on this type of a show, where he's at the host. And being funny like this is very different than being funny on a stage telling jokes. It's very different. But on the flip side, he also does a lot of stand-up. He's always performing. He's always on the road. He's always doing little sets and stuff. So it's no excuse. I know we only see him like this, but it's no excuse to still be not funny. It's no excuse, especially given how harsh he is with people. On his own talent show, he's very harsh with other comedians, but he himself is not very funny. So it's like, it's kind of rich coming from you, mate. You're not even telling jokes. You're criticizing my 1 minute on Kill Tony. I'm feeling nervous. It's my first time. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, you got a fucking Netflix special and you didn't tell one joke in a fucking hour.
Show that relies on the talent of the guests and the lack of talent of the bucket pulls to be successful. So even though he prides himself as one of the 250 last professional comedians on planet Earth, when he does attempt stand-up comedy like this, you can really tell that he's just a fraud. Because after stating that black people loved fried chicken, he follows this up with a prehistoric stereotype involving black children growing up without their fathers.
But what you don't know, if you don't have a lot of black friends, is what I know, which is that black men do not love eating eggs. Interesting, right? Because even in the chicken world, they don't want to be around their children.
And you see, the problem with Tony Hinchcliffe, and with a lot of right-wing comedy as a whole, is that they're so obsessed with the idea of being canceled that they stop focusing on what actually matters. Like, instead of saying the funniest things they can think of, they'd rather just say the most offensive, shocking jokes that come to mind, hoping the shock value will do the heavy lifting, but more often than not, the result is exactly like this.
I've never said the N-word before on stage. But if you ever stub your toe in the middle of the night, try it.
But aside from the blatant racism masked in the cadence and delivery of a good joke, what makes this special even worse is that it was made up of probably 80% crowd work. Like, most of the time, Tony was just making conversation with people sitting in the front row, which is pretty sad considering the fact that all the elite comics Tony thinks he's on par with rarely ever include audience interactions in their official comedy specials.
Exactly.
Like, these are
because crowd work is fucking bullshit. Crowd work is not stand-up. Crowd work is fucking bullshit. It's fucking cheating. It's fucking hack. It's fucking lame. Tell your jokes. You're a comedian. It's
I'm loyal to default.
Nah, man. He's in the pocket. This a high level 250 thing that your pedestrian brain doesn't understand. That's why you buy the tickets and we murder the crowds. Buy my Kratom promo code Rogan.
Exactly. He's in the pocket. Exactly. Pick up yourself, he's your legend. Nah, you don't get it. He's in the pocket. He's doing what you wish you could do.
Supposed to be extremely fine-tuned, hour-long sets of the best material they've come up with.
I think the best joke in the special was the very first one. Him talking about not being gay. Let me actually see if I can read it. Let me see if I can read it aloud without it being on the screen, and I'll see if you guys think it's funny. Because I thought that joke was pretty decent. Let me play on my VLC. I'll mute the audio, and then what I'll do is that I'll read the subtitles to you, which is a really bad way of telling a joke, but hopefully it will make sense. Let me see if I can do this. I'll put it up on VLC. I will automatically... Okay, so let me remember where I am. I am at... Okay, it doesn't matter where I am because I've got to restart again. It's 19, so I'll start again. So let me... Is that... No, 19? I'm at 9. Cool, let me do that again. Okay, so let me go to the beginning. The joke at the beginning was pretty decent, I thought. Let me read it. Let me put the subtitles on. 1 second, people. Because if I put this on the screen, it's going to definitely block the fucking video. Because YouTube is, I mean, Spotify, Netflix, sorry, Spotify. Netflix are fucking brutal when it comes to that shit. So let me mute the audio. And let me fucking do this. Hold on. It's good to be in the middle of a state of America. Audience rules. Hold on, let's see if a joke comes up on here. I love it. What a fucking diverse, powerful crowd we have here tonight. Hell yeah. That's what I am, you know. I'm a people person. I love different people. That's really what it's all about. I study them. All different races and cultures. Sometimes you have to get out to see it, you know. I live in the great state of Texas. Yep. I love it. You gotta fucking visit. It's the best. Fuck yeah. Alright, this is him talking. It's like having a second dick. I know, because the first thing I did when I got it home is I put it in my mouth. Silence. Yeah. Pause. It's a good one. You know, a little fun fact about that joke, and I only explained this because I'm guessing that if you're here, you're probably fans of a show called Kill Tony. Hacky mentioned, the audience cheers, of course. Right? Audience cheers, mentioned Kill Tony. Where comedians talk to comedians about comedy every single week. And the fun fact about the joke I just did is about 40% of the crowd laughs because they think it's a gay joke. And 60% of the crowd laughs because they register to them as a suicide joke. Well, I'm here to tell ya, I ain't gay. Audience laughs. Yeah. Surprise, surprise, motherfuckers. I'm saying it. I'm sick of it. I'm 41 and I've been hearing it my whole life. I make fun of somebody and they get back to me like, oh yeah? Well, you're gay. And everyone just cracks up. Ha 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 ha. And I'm sick of it. I wake up every day and thinking that it might be the day that I look like a real man. And I look in the mirror and I'm still just a gay boy. And I'm sick of it. I'm here to tell you, if any guy in this room thinks I'm gay, guess what? You're gay. I personally think that was a good joke. I'm going to stop it there. I personally think that was the best joke in the special. I personally think that was not really, but that was a decent joke. I think that was a fucking decent joke. I really did enjoy that bit of the special. I didn't mind that. I thought that was a fucking decent joke. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I thought it was a decent joke. What are you guys saying here? AZ, that sounds more like an Asian to your chin. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really good at Hinchcliffe's fucking Hinchcliffe's what do you think? Hinchcliffe. I don't know. What does he even sound like? Let me mute it so I can hear it. Let me see if I can actually pick up his accent. It's actually hard to see what his accent is. Let me pick it up again. Let me put the sound back on. Let's see if I can pick it up. What's not working? Come on. What's not working? Okay, cool. Wait 1 second. Why is the sound not on? Oh! Alright, cool. 1 sec, please. I want to see if I can pick up his accent. Let me see if I can pick up his accent. Let's see if I can pick it up. Bear with me. I'm being a bit annoying here. I know. Technologia. Okay, cool. It's on now. I've muted the audio on the stream. Yeah, I muted the audio on the stream. Let me see if I can pick up his accent. What does he say? Yeah. Yeah. How about that? Yeah. It comes when they say, when you do accents, they say, when you're doing impressions, they say it always comes from the throat. Pause. They say it's always from the throat. Yeah. How about that? Yeah. I'm saying, okay, hold on. I'm saying it once and for all. You see a guy with good, yeah, I'm saying it once and for all. I'm saying it once and for all. It's kind of up here, isn't it? I'm saying it once and for all. A little bit of style to him. I'm saying it once and for all. A little bit of style to him. Kill Tony. Kill Tony. You know? I don't know. A slightly weirder voice than you're used to in your work site. And you picture that guy getting butt fucked? Butt fucked? Now, Two Souls, we have to keep going. We have to keep going until I get 10s in the stream chat. We have to keep going until I get 10s in the stream chat. Butt fucked? Dude. That's fucking gay, dude. I can do that. That's fucking gay, dude. I can do that, American voice. That's fucking gay, dude. Dude, that's fucking gay, dude. Nah, it's not cool. We're gonna keep going, man. We have to run to the ground. This is what it feels like to watch a stand-up special. You think it's gonna end? You think the cringe is gonna end? You think they're gonna get the message? You think they're gonna let it go? It doesn't stop. It keeps on going. The old tough guys. Probably never been called gay a day in your life. Your straggly beards and your pouty face. And your negative outlooks on life. Just shaking your head all sad, boy. I see ya. Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me, Tony Hinchcliffe. I see ya. Okay, it's a bucket pull. It's a bucket pull. It's a bucket pull. 1's in the chat if you want me to continue my impression of Tony Hinchcliffe. 2's in the chat if you want me to continue my impression of Tony Hinchcliffe. 1's in the chat if you want me to continue my impressions of Tony Hinchcliffe. 2 if you want me to continue. 1 if you want me to continue. 2 if you want me to continue. 1 if you want me to continue. 1 if I continue. 1 continue. 2 continue. 1 continue. 2 continue. Oh, let me drive you away. Let me drive you. Let me drive you motherfuckers away. 1, 2. 1 to continue. 2 continue. Come on. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Come on, guys. Engage with me in the stream chat. Let me know what you think. I want to hear your opinions. Come on. But isn't it, you know what the scary thing is? Isn't Tony Hinchcliffe like 20 years in? I swear on my life. Isn't Hinchcliffe like 20 years in? That's the scary part, by the way. I'm sure Tony Hinchcliffe is like 20 years into stand-up. I don't know if this is true, but I swear, I think it's 20. I think he's been doing stand-up for 2 decades. And that's how bad he is. 2 decades, and this is how bad he is. Coco? Coco? Imagine going to like, I'm not woke, right? I'm really not woke, and you guys know me for my sense of humor in here. There's very little that offends me. I roll with most jokes. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I mean, I'm not one of those type of people. But could you imagine paying money to go to a comedy club to have a fun night out? Maybe you paid for the babysitter. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you're going on a first date. Maybe it's a second date. Maybe you're linking up with an old friend you haven't seen in ages. Maybe you just went to get out of the house and put something cute on, have a bit of a drink and laugh. And then you get subjected to like racist insults. Could you imagine that? You just want to watch a show. You just want to waste some time, watch a show. And here you are being subjected to some like racial insults, like what the fuck? Why are you calling me tongue? Like what? When did I tell you that was okay? What the fuck's going on here? I just went to watch a fun show. This isn't fun or funny. Like, what the fuck is going on? It must be such a trip. Now you're being asked questions about who your dad is, if you got a boyfriend, when you last had sex. You're like, what the fuck? Why are you asking me these questions? Like, why am I now a part of the show? Like, what the fuck is going on? That's why I hate crowd work, man. I want to watch a show. Put on a show. Don't make me a part of your fucking show. Look, you see her face. You see her face. You see a difference. You see already how quickly it went from being funny to being offensive. Look at her face. Look at the girl's face. Look how she's laughing here. Look how she's laughing here, kind of sheepishly, and then look at the difference in her face. A couple seconds later, when he's keep going, she's like, okay, this ain't funny anymore. Look at her face now. Look at her face now. Look at that face. She ain't find that funny anymore. Now she's looking at him like, motherfucker, say it one more time and I'm gonna give you a talk. I'm gonna give you a fucking talk. I'm gonna show you a talk. See? It quickly changed. It quickly, she's like, okay, all right, you think you're funny? Like, she's not feeling it at all. She's not feeling it one bit whatsoever. Like, look at how she's looking at him like, motherfucker, keep going. Motherfucker, keep fucking going. No way. Is that true? Matt McCuskey's wife punched Timmy No Breaks in the mouth in the mothership. No way. Why? How do you know that, by the way? Did Timmy No Breaks share that? How the fuck did you know that? Did Timmy No Breaks share that? Matt McCuskey's wife is black in it as well. No, she's black now. She's black for a second, isn't it? That is crazy. Why did Timmy? What did Timmy No Breaks say about her or about Matt McCuskey? What the fuck's that beef about? Maybe I'll have to Google it later, but Jesus Christ, big up Matt McCuskey's wife. So you can't get it. You can get it. Let me see. I want to get it. I want to watch that one actually. It's trying from the internet. Let me see if I can get it. What's it called? One Shot. Let me see if I can get it anyway. I might do a reaction for that on fucking my Patreon. Tony Hinchcliffe One Shot. That has to be available still. It's not scrapped on the internet. Has to be available. Let me see if I can find it on my sites that I use. Has to be there. Oh yeah, it is there. Of course it's there. Yeah, let me download this shit. I'm gonna do a Patreon for this one. I'm gonna do a little cheeky, or maybe watch it on Kick or something. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna have it in the background there doing its thing. But yeah. Hold on a second. Come on, where are you? There you go, bro. To be fair, let's be fair to Netflix. He's not getting a comedy special because he's funny. Let's be fair. He's not getting this on the strength of his funny. He's getting this on the strength of success, or the scale of success when it comes to fucking Kill Tony. Because Kill Tony's probably doing numbers on Netflix, right? Let's be real. Kill Tony's probably doing great numbers on Netflix. They've got a really good fan base. They don't bot the views from what I know. Yes, the show is shit now. It's not as good as it used to be, but they still got a really dedicated, hardcore fan base that turns up to the shows, sells out the live shows. Oh my god, the whole time you couldn't hear it. The whole time. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, fuck it.
Holy shit.
So the most hilarious part about this special is that these jokes are essentially...
Honestly, I give Chin all this stick. I give Chin all this fucking stick, right? I give Chin all this stick, but I regularly start my shows with no fucking audio. When I'm playing the fucking audio, it cocks out a minute. Then the fucking stream goes down. It's kind of funny coming from me, innit? It's kind of rich coming from me. I give Chin all of this fucking stick, and look at what I do. Look at what I do. Who am I to give Chin stick? Who am I to give Chin any critique, any feedback, any insults, any jokes? Who am I to tell him anything? When I can't even unmute the desktop audio, like, because I was too busy doing shitty impressions of Tony Hinchcliffe, I forgot to unmute the fucking so then anyway, like I said before, in previous shows, in previous times, I think a lot of hate, a lot of critique comes from a place of maybe you seeing something in somebody that you see in yourself that you're afraid of, that you don't like. I said it before. I think that comes from Nietzsche. I think it's Nietzsche. I think Nietzsche says in one of his books, one of his philosophies is that hate for some people sometimes comes from you seeing something in them that you see in yourself that you don't like. So maybe my dislike or my displeasure of Chin and his working ways is because I might see a bit of myself in Chin. Maybe I think to myself, rah, if I don't lock in, if I'm not really like motivated, if I'm not driven, right? If I'm not determined, I might end up like Chin. I might also end up 50 years old, surrounded by microphones, surrounded by fucking camping gear, you know, with the fucking, I won't have a Tesla Cybertruck. I'll have a Tesla fucking Model Y. I'll have a fucking Model Y, right? Like, I could easily be, like, think about it. I could easily be Chin, you know. I'm not too far away from being Chin. I'm not too far. I'm already asexual, right? I'm already asexual. My production skills and audio skills are like a little bit oofy, alpha, right? I'm not too far off. I'm not too far from Chin. So maybe a lot of my critique of Chin is because I see myself in him. Think about it. Think about it.
The best material Tony could come up with over the past 10 years. Like, this is the set that he thought was worthy for his official Netflix special, which is just super pathetic. I mean, it's no wonder he had his last Netflix special.
Big up on 10 Toes. This is, what's that? Will he fall asleep? Will he unmute the audio? The suspense is riveting. Big up on 10 toes. I love you. You're G.
One shot, completely scrubbed from the internet. He wasn't good at comedy back then, and by the looks of whatever.
By the way, big up Jack Donahue Jr. Can we start calling Chin by his real name? How cocked is that, by the way? Let me just put myself on the full screen for one moment. How cocked is that story of Chin? Now we have to take Chin's word for it, right? And Chin is not maybe the most what's that thing called? He's not the most trustworthy narrator sometimes, right? Because he sometimes tries, he tries to placate and be nice and tries to be all meek and shit. But according to Chin, the legend goes like this: his actual name on his fucking, or his actual birth name or whatever it may be, is spelled Jhin. Jin. I guess that's pronounced Jin. That's actually his name. But nobody from where he grew up could pronounce it correctly. So they kept pronouncing it Chin. So him in his cocked way, I think actually legally changed his name from Jhin to Chin. To fucking accommodate like people that couldn't say his name correctly. Instead of standing firm and saying, that's my fucking name, that's my Korean heritage, that's my family's name, that's the name my parents gave me, he instead fucking, you know what I mean, got buck broken. He instead got buck broken and changed his legal name to that. And then I think the other story, which I've read somewhere, is that allegedly Brendan was the main catalyst for it. I don't know if that's true. There's one story that says where he grew up, no one could pronounce his name correctly and he changed it to Jin. The other story is that Brendan couldn't pronounce Jin and he kept saying Chin. So Jin changed his name to Chin to accommodate to Brendan. Either way, incredibly cucked. Incredibly cucked. Now, there's plenty of things about me that I feel I could see myself in Chin, but I could never do that. I'm never changing my name to like August so people can say it better. Like, no, my name is fucking Agosino. If you say Agosino, you say AZ, but you don't call me August. Like, I'm not gonna change my name to fucking August because that's the only thing that you kind of recognize with an A and a U and a G. Whoa. Like, oh my god, like, I don't know how cucked you can be to do that. Like, are you for real? You change your actual birth name to accommodate people. Could never be me. Could never be me.
Whatever this slop is that he just released, he isn't good at comedy now. I mean, it just seems as if he stopped progressing as a comedian once Kill Tony took off. Because this comedy special was so lazy that even some of the jokes in the special were recycled from previous ones. Like that one joke he told about how Elon Musk's rockets could deport the most amount of illegal immigrants in the fastest way possible. That joke was pretty much identical to the joke he told in that poor quality Twitter special he put out following the Trump rally controversy.
Look, immigration's real. And now our president has brought into the fold to help our government the one and only Elon Musk, a man whose fifth most important job is building the world's largest rockets, flying them to outer space, and then flying them back seamlessly. Trump's teamed up with Elon Musk. You gotta love it.
Who's that, by the way? Is he copying a little bit of Sebastian Maniscalco, or am I going crazy? Seamlessly. Am I going crazy? Am I Sebastian Maniscalco brained, or is that kind of cadence a bit of a Sebastian here? He was flying the rockets and flying them back seamlessly. Huh? Where you going? Like, does it feel a little bit the cadence? Isn't that a little bit Sebastian Maniscalco?
Flying them to outer space and then flying them back seamlessly.
Are you quite like what? I swear he kind of sounds. He doesn't even talk like that normally.
Trump's teamed up with Elon Musk. You gotta love it. The Rocket Man. What's my point?
It's very interesting, isn't it? Now that I've observed those two clips, he does talk way slower when he's on stage as opposed to when he's on doing the fucking the hosting of Kill Tony. He talks with a way slower cadence. You know, it's on the special. He takes so many pauses, so many breaks. Like, he just sits there and lets the joke really sit. It's terrible, but he lets it sit. So I wonder if that's on purpose. He talks with a lot. He's not talking as fast as he is on, which I think doesn't really suit him. He probably should talk faster Because on the roast, he's like reeling off the fucking jokes like a fucking machine gun. When he's doing his special, he's like, yeah, I'm not gay. Pause. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, he just sits there for ages. Really strange. Okay, cool. Yeah, his heroes, Rogan repeat jokes, so it's okay. Sebastian catching straight. No, I love Sebastian Maniscalco. That's my guy, man. That Subway joke always gets me, man. That Subway joke is always the best. That Subway joke still makes me laugh to this day. I fucking love the Subway joke. I fucking love it. You wanna honestly, I love the Subway joke. I love Sebastian Maniscalco. You'll never hear me say a bad word about him. I love Sebastian Maniscalco. He's one of my favorites.
Do you have any idea how fast you can get illegal immigrants back to where they came from? On a fucking rocket? You know how fast you can get illegal immigrants back where they came from? In a fucking rocket.
Even that way, in the fucking rocket.
In a fucking rocket.
Yeah, that's definitely Sebastian, man. Yeah. They're knocking on my door. Who's knocking on the door?
So not
you want some bragusha with your chest? I don't know what to do. I'm like that. Why'd you keep busting my balls? I love Sebastian, but honestly, he's so funny. I find him funny personally. He's not the best on pods, by the way. He's really bad on podcasts for some reason. I don't know why. He's a bit of a boring podcast guest. He's really, really boring. Like super, super boring as a podcast guest. But as a stand-up, it's a bit hacky. It's very, very hacky. It's very, very hacky Italian racial culture, traditional fucking humor. But I love it so much, man. I don't know why. It gets me. It makes me laugh so fucking much.
Not only is Tony Hinchcliffe pandering to a specific crowd in this special, using everything from pro-ICE talking points to just blatant racism, plain and simple, but he's also so lazy that he's repeating.
Yeah, I know that. I know he slowed it down. Negative. I know he's also slowed, and he's also added the fucking thing. He's added that fucking thing that way it takes out the noise of the crowd as well, which is a good way to avoid copyright. But he's still very slow. If you watch the special, you know what I mean. He talks very, very slow in the special. See the clip on my kick. The clip is on my kick. Watch the. I've got the whole clip there. Watch the clip on my. I've got the reaction, kinda. I've got a reaction to it, kinda, on my kick. Where is it? Oh, it's not there. Kick.com. Wrong one. Wrong link, by the way. Bear with me 1 second. Watch it. Oh, this one. Watch it on my kick. I've got a clip for it here. So I think it's this. Which one is it? I think it's this one. So I think it's this. Which one is it? I think it's this one. So I think it's this. Which one is it? I think it's this one. So, I think it's this one. Yeah. That one? No, I think it's that one, right? No, it's that one. No, it's that one here. That one here. Can I copy it? Let me copy the link. I'll put it in a screenshot so you can see it yourselves. I'll put it in the stream chat. But yeah, check out. That's. I watched about 20 minutes of it. It's not the full reaction. I watched about 20 minutes of it, and it was brutal. I watched about 20 minutes of it, but if you want to check it out, it's there. I watched about 20 minutes of it. Cool. Let's continue.
Jokes he's told on stage in the past that weren't even funny to start with. Like when he started glazing Donald Trump's signature and how he says it looks like Lizzo's heart.
Yeah, we'll do that later, Josie. We'll do that later. I've got I'm gonna probably break and do the bit of the match reaction for the Mexico South Africa. I'll do a Taz. No, I'll do a random show and another Taz. So yeah, we'll do that probably on the second half of the show later tonight when I come back from my gym.
Heartbeat. He said this on stage like last December, and even back then it wasn't funny.
And the president's working. Whether you love him or hate him, the motherfucker works. He sleeps for 4 hours a night, wakes up, just starts signing shit. Most obnoxious signature in presidential history. Looks like Lizzo's heart rate. I make fun of his autograph. I say he has the most obnoxiously cool autograph in the world. It looks like Lizzo's heart rate.
So this entire 55-minute long special was honestly so bad and lazy that you almost feel disappointed in Netflix for even allowing such a thing on their platform. Like, by publishing this, they're basically saying that just about anyone can have a comedy special on there these days.
By the way, like I made the point the other day, earlier now, before it was muted, The point I was making was that I think American Redux being a little bit facetious here. Netflix didn't sign Tony Hinchcliffe to do a comedy special. Netflix signed Tony Hinchcliffe because he's built Kill Tony up from the ground up. It went from the little room in the fucking Comedy Store, Belly Room, whatever it is, all the way to hosting shows in Madison Square Garden and selling that bad boy out properly. They don't buy views for the most part, from what I know. They don't bot views, they don't buy views. So they get fucking, hundreds of thousands of views on most of their fucking videos. People actually buy tickets to go to the fucking show and attend it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, the show isn't as good as it once was, but they've got they've got a fucking built-in community, right? Right there. So Netflix obviously signed him or got Kill Tony on board, got Tony Hinchcliffe on board because they wanted to Kill Tony. And obviously Tony Hinchcliffe, being a good negotiator, probably said, yeah, if you want me on Netflix, cool, but I also need a special. That's probably what he did, right? To kind of get in on there, to kind of make it, you know what I mean? Like, to make it worth his while. Like, yeah, cool, I'll sign with Netflix, but I also want to have a special on there to legitimize myself or whatever else may be. But did he get this special on talent? No, of course not. He got this special mostly because of the success of Kill Tony. That's why. I don't think this is an endorsement of his stand-up. It's more so of an endorsement of the quote-unquote platform / empire he's built with Kill Tony. Without Kill Tony, I don't think there's a chance that he gets on Netflix. Even with the friendship with Rogan. If he didn't have Kill Tony, there's not a chance that we'll see Tony Hinchcliffe from fucking Netflix. He's too shit. He's too shit. Because like I said in my video on Taz, I personally think, and this is not even being hyperbolic, I personally think Brendan Schaub is a better stand-up than him now, right now. I personally think Brendan is a better stand-up comedian than him right now at this moment. If Brendan tried to do stand-up right now after taking, 2 years off, he'd be funnier than him. That's just my opinion.
If they have a big enough audience for it. But hey, I mean, what do you expect from the platform that published 3 of Joe Rogan's stand-up comedy specials? Like, they'll just let anyone have a comedy special nowadays. But
to be fair, the Rogan one all makes sense because he's just a big name, innit? Rogan, you're never not going to have him on there because he's a big name and he gets numbers. Simple as that. None of it's an endorsement of their comedy. Zero. If anything, you know what it is, actually, weirdly enough? Maybe what he's trying to say is that Netflix has stopped being there was a time when there was like, actually there wasn't. Was there a time when people, did you ever think if someone got a Netflix special that they were legit? I didn't think that. Maybe HBO. It just was a big platform. But I never thought if a comedian got signed to Netflix or got a special that it was like somehow a legitimization of their fucking comedy. It was just the fact that, oh cool, you've made it. You've made it, you're successful, you probably got a lot of views on the stuff that you do, you got a lot of pull. So Netflix obviously want those numbers on their platform. Duh. But I never thought it was a stamp of approval for how funny you were. If anything, the stamp of approval, I think, came mostly from HBO specials or maybe even Comedy Central back in the day when they were actually popping and they were doing good things. But I never really thought, oh, if you got a Netflix special, that must mean you're really funny. Not really. There's so many bad stand-up comedy specials on there.
Comedy specials. Like, they'll just let anyone have a comedy special nowadays. I mean, Tony Hinchcliffe is so terrible at stand-up comedy that on top of all the crowd work and repeating jokes he's told in the past, when he did make an actual joke with a setup and punchline, it ended up bombing so hard.
Oh yeah, and the fucking initials on the shirt as well, man. The TH initials on the shirt. Jesus. I think he's got on one sleeve, he's got TH embroidered on there, and another sleeve he's got KT. I'm pretty sure on one sleeve it says TH, another one it says KT. Cringe.
Hard that he literally had to explain the joke directly after telling it, which is pretty much the biggest telltale sign that someone's a hack. Like in the very beginning when he tried convincing everyone that he wasn't gay, the joke fell so flat that he actually explained it to the crowd, and then he actually kept it in the final cut of the Netflix special.
I thought it was good.
I live in the great state of Texas.
I honestly reject this. I honestly love this fucking joke. I actually love this joke too, bro.
Yeah. I love it. You gotta fucking visit. It's the best. I just got my first gun. It's like having a second dick. I know, because the first thing I did when I got it home is I put it in my mouth. A fun fact about that joke I just did is about 40% of the crowd laughs because they think it's a gay joke. And about 60% of the crowd laughs because to them it registers as a side joke.
So this whole thing was just an utter atrocity, and you just know it's a bad comedy special when the biggest crowd pops that Tony got that night was from when he shouted out the state that they were in, and of course when he mentioned his show, Kill Tony.
You know, a little fun fact about that joke, and I'll only explain this because I'm guessing that if you're here, you're probably fans of the show Kill Tony. It's good to be here in the middle of the United States of America.
Other than that, though, it was truly one of the worst comedy specials ever put out for the world to see, which might just be a good thing at the end of the day. Like, even though this comedy special was a full diaper of diarrhea at the very least, it showcased the jokes that they think are funny down there at the mothership in good old...
Hold on, is that his logo? He's got like a logo. Fucking hell. Fuck it. What in the fucking Third Reich is that? Eh? What in the fucking Nazi flag? Is it Nazi flag? What in the fucking Third Reich is that on purpose? Is that fucking on purpose? Is that on purpose? Is that on purpose? Holy shit, Tony. Where is he? Holy shit, Tony Hinchcliffe. Is that fucking on purpose? Do you think that's on purpose? Is that on purpose? That has to be on purpose, right? That has to be on purpose. That has to be fucking on purpose. I know the circle is like white and that one is black, but there has to be on purpose, right? Come on. Come on. Oh my god. He's trying way too hard, man. He doesn't even say edgy things. It's not even that entertaining. He doesn't even say entertaining, edgy things. He's trying way too hard to be edgy. That is so crazy, bro. That can't be true. No way. No way is that true. That must be a coincidence. That must be a coincidence. That must be a coincidence. I was like, hold on. What in the Third Reich? What in the Adolf? Adolf Hinchcliffe. Adolf fucking Hinchcliffe on site here. Okay, cool. Big up Adolf Hinchcliffe, I guess.
Very least, it showcased the jokes that they think are funny down there at the mothership in good old Austin, Texas. Like, Tony Hinchcliffe is the definition of Austin comedy. So he just embarrassed himself and all his butt buddies with this platter of slop that he calls a comedy special.
Look at this fucking bundle of cord we have here. What have I done? Hi, cool black guy. How are you? What's your name? What is it? Bobby. Fuck yeah. What do you think? What's your take on eggs?
What?
Huh? You need cheese. You goddamn right. Is there a reason why you haven't been with a black woman before? It's just coincidence. Huh?
Because even though his friends weren't in it, they're all absolutely guilty by association with Tony Hinchcliffe. And I'd bet my bottom dollar that they all approved of this special before it was released. So this is by far the best definition of Austin comedy that we have to date. So if there's anything you can take away from this special, the most important thing to remember is that by releasing this special, Tony simply reminded everyone yet again that him and his Kill Squad comedy rap pack completely devastated modern day comedy.
It's just a reminder again, never to have imposter. If you have imposter syndrome, you're just a pussy. If you have imposter syndrome, you are just a pussy. You're afraid of really kind of stepping into your power. You're afraid of actually achieving your dreams and what that will mean for your life and the things that you may have to sacrifice and give up and whatever else it may be. Because there's no need to have imposter syndrome. There's no need to have imposter syndrome. There's no need to have any type of self-doubt. When Tony Hinchcliffe and his cohort of Kill Squad comedians have become millionaires off of telling jokes, and they don't even tell good jokes. No, sorry, they don't even tell funny jokes. Forget good jokes. These guys have become multi-millionaires from telling horrible jokes. So if they can do it, you can do it. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, if they can do it, you can do it. You just got to put your mind to it. Simple as that. They somehow figured that bit out because these motherfuckers are all unfunny, especially on stage. We see no evidence so far that any Kill Squad comedian is funny. Who's in this Kill Squad, by the way? Joe Rogan Kill Squad. Let's see. Who's actually in it? Who does good comedy? Joe Rogan Kill Squad. Who's actually, remember that Kill Squad banner? Who's actually had a good, who's actually good? That's the Kill Squad, right? Or the Death Squad. Who's actually got a good stand-up special out of all these people? Who's actually got a good one? Maybe Ari Shaffir, right? Maybe that's it. Maybe Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura. They're the two people that have good specials. Like you could go online and find one or two of their specials that you'd like, especially Tom when he was fatter. But everybody else on there, not funny. Not funny in the slightest. Not funny. Not those are. There's 8 comedians there, and only 2 of them are funny. 2 out of 8. 2 out of 8 comedians that are funny. Brutal. 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 Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, people. I'm gonna leave it there. It's been a pleasure, not a chore. Thank you for tuning in. Smash like, hit subscribe if it's your first time. Smash like, hit subscribe if it's your first time. Like I said before, let me see if I can actually do the Mexico stream. If not, I might just jump straight to the fucking gym now, miss a Mexico match, and then do Taz, and then do random so I can squeeze much shows in. I don't know. If not, I'm gonna go jump onto Taz and do a fucking World Cup watch along. So if you want to join in with that one, you're free to join. But yeah, I'll see the rest of you guys later. And yeah, we'll go through the next part of TFATK. All right, we'll do the next half, the newer episodes also. It's still gonna be brutal. It's still gonna be brutal. So don't get too excited. It's still gonna be fucking brutal. But yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun, at least with you guys, right? Hopefully I don't mute the audio. Hopefully I don't have a chin. Hopefully I don't chin. It's forget chimping out, right? Hopefully I don't chin out. Forget chimping out. Hopefully I don't have a chin out moment, right? Where I chin out, alright? Hopefully I don't chin out. But peace and blessings to all of you. Smash like, hit subscribe. Join, become a member, motherfuckers. Join, become a member. Help me hit 500 members. Join and become a member. Hit me 500 members and we'll go from there, okay? I love and appreciate you all.